Okay, is there anybody around? Um, are we alive? Are we on? Is there anybody here? Is there anybody here? Are we live? My computer is kind of choppy this morning. I hope I'm coming through okay to you guys. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. That's the name of this channel. That's this guy. I'm the content. I'm the talent. I was just watching. Good morning, everybody. It's December 5th. I was just watching the Bloomberg network, and they're talking about how Netflix is going to buy Paramount, and $72 billion deal. It's going to take a year and a half to get done. There's going to have to be adjustments made. At the end of the day, someone was asked, "Why is this deal happening? What's the whole point of this?" And the answer: content is king. It's all about content. Content is king. And I thought, yeah, there you go. You can have all the subscribers you want, and you can make all the movies you want, and you can make all kinds of other product on television and whatever, but you got to have the content. And Netflix never did own content if you go way back in time with regard to what Netflix once was. Those of you who've been old enough, you'll know. And now here we are with Netflix buying content. They're buying the studio that will make the content. An amazing situation. So here I am, Mr. Content. I create content the more I talk, and it's live. And so, in theory, my content is very valuable to YouTube. Although, my my earnings column doesn't reflect it. In any event, it's nothing personal. It's just business. Welcome one and all to the program. Thank you for joining me. And I'm hoping that you're okay with this link. I hope I'm coming through all right. I'm still seeing myself very choppy here, so I don't know. I'm trying to reduce some of my windows here, some of my tabs. Maybe that'll help me and my computer. I don't know if that's helping you or making a difference in your situation or not. Welcome one and all to the show. I haven't been on for a while, and admittedly, it's been almost a week. And I'll tell you, one of the big reasons is that Jen and I have been fighting a lingering kind of a cold. Although I got to tell you, in the last week now, we've really improved dramatically. I think we're completely over it. And we're back to our normal, kind of selves. So, yes, that's good. Hope you're doing okay out there. Hope you're not feeling too badly, or you're feeling all right. And if you get a cold, it's a slight one. I don't know whether it's a flu, whether it's a COVID, long COVID, if it's this or that. I have no idea. Anyway, there's what's going on. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you all being here. Again, I'm just quickly looking at comments coming through. Welcome all of you. I'll get your comments in a bit. I want to make a point this morning. The reason I'm on is to talk about really not the Netflix Paramount deal. I couldn't give a crap about that deal, to be honest. What I want to talk about is Sofi. Oh, I love this deal. I love this deal. They're raising $1.72 billion. You've heard it. It's $1.5 billion. It's not $1.5 billion. It's $1.5 billion plus a 15% broker option. I can guarantee you that option is also fully subscribed. They could have raised $5 billion. They might have been able to go for 10. Honestly, they could have gone for 10 billion, but they're not going to issue that much stock at these prices. And why is that? Because they're going to raise another $1.5 to $2 billion at about $40 a share. And then they're going to raise another $2 to $4 billion at about $50 or $60 a share within the next year or so. Yeah, you heard that right. Within a year or so, they're going to be raising money around $50, $60 a share. Why issue so much at $27.50? I love the price $27.50 a share on your Sofi. Check out this little whiteboard of mine. I hardly use it. I should use it more often. Let's see. How high can I go? I can go right up to here. Sofi. Oh my gosh. Our friends at Sofi. 2 years ago. What was your stock trading for 2 years ago? Or how many of you out there have an average cost of Sofi under $10 a share? If you've been with me for a while, you all have less than a $10 cost average. Or at one time, you did have a cost average of $10 a share. This stock in what would be a 2022 to 23, somewhere in that neighborhood, was trading around $8 a share. Hello, you remember those days? You remember this? Unbelievable. Where are we now? 2025. Oh my gosh. We're sitting at an all-time high of 32. Remember the number? Was it 32.48 for Sofi? Is that the all-time high? I'm going to double check because I don't want to be accused of lying to anybody. Let me take a look at the old Sofi high of all time. $32. I think it's 48 cents. Boy, is my computer ever slow. 32.73. There it is. 73 all-time high. All right. And they're doing the deal at $27.50 a share. Okay. And that is going to raise them $1.72 billion. All right. At $27.50 a share. I say congratulations to Sofi management. Congratulations to all shareholders of Sofi. Congratulations to all cash secured put writers, because you have just been given the floor of this stock. You've been given the floor of this stock. Read between the lines. These guys are raising $1.5 billion plus the option, $1.72 billion at $27.50 a share, with the stock high of $32.73 when it was $8 just a couple of years ago. You're never going back to 8 or 10 or 12 or 15. You're never going back to $18 to $20 a share. Not ever again. These guys can now raise $1.72 billion at $27.50 or higher a share. And I bet you they had an opportunity to raise triple that if they wanted it. They could have gone for $5 billion. The broker said, how much you want? We'll raise whatever you want to take. And the company went, well, we'll issue 63 million shares. Just 63 million shares. Not even 1 day of trading that average volume. The average volume a day on Sofi is better than this. Ballpark. This is huge. This is such an endorsement by institutional investors, Wall Street brokerage firms, the big banks, the players. This is a mega endorsement on Sofi. And all you are hearing about is, oh, there's dilution. The tears are flowing. There's dilution going on. Give me a break. You strike when the iron is hot. And when a bank offers you, or brokerage firms offer you, the biggest brokerage firms in the world offer you all the money you want to raise near all-time highs, you decide, you know what, at $27.50, I've just increased the book value of my company. That's what Noto is doing in head office with his team. They're sitting there going, well, if we issue stock at $27.50 a share from our treasury, we've just raised the book value of our company, because the book value of Sofi is about $9, $10, $11 a share. That's all it's valued at. If you strip down the assets to just a, net value per share. The reality, of course, is what Noto can do with $1 in his hands in the institution he's got versus what you and I can do with $1. Completely different ballgame. This guy can take $1.7 billion and just turn around and start lending $17 billion to borrowers. What? Really? Yeah, really. 17 billion. He can get 8 to 10% interest on that money. You figure out how much he's going to put into his credit card division, how much he's going to offer on margin accounts through SoFi margin traders, how much he's going to get for car loans, how much he's getting for personal loans. I mean, mortgages are going to give him 7%, 6%, 7%. It won't go into mortgages fully, partially. He'll spread it out, but he'll pull in, I bet you, a minimum of 10%. And that could be 10% after expenses, because remember, car loans are higher than 10%. Credit cards are way higher than 10%. If he nets out 10% on $17 billion, that's $1.7 billion a year in earnings on top of the earnings they're making now. In other words, for every dollar he's raising, he's going to make $1 in profits for you, the shareholders and followers of SoFi. So guess what has to happen for 2026? All 4 quarters coming up. We have to rejigger the numbers. We have to reconfigure what the revenues are going to be for SoFi for the next 4 quarters. Much higher per share earnings. In other words, you give Noto $1.7 billion additional dollars to the money he's managing now, you got a far more valuable and profitable organization, which means the shares go up in price based on higher anticipated earnings per share. And then there's the wild card. The wild card, which is now beginning to get discussed by more and more people out there. And what is the wild card? S&P 500 inclusion. S&P 500 inclusion. This company is approaching $35 to $40 billion market cap with the $1.7 billion cash in the bank. They're going to be pushing $40 billion market cap. They are qualified for S&P 500 listing. I have said it before for 2 years now. I have been talking to you guys for at least 2 years, I don't know, a year and a half for sure, as they started making profits every quarter. These guys are qualifying for that for S&P 500 inclusion, which means 200 mutual funds and ETFs and other index tracking funds globally will have to buy SoFi stock. Simple as that. I bring you back to the Palantir example back in the day when Palantir was not yet in the S&P 500. It was sitting at 15, 20 bucks a share, and that was rich because they weren't making a lot of dough yet. And then they got notified. The notification came out that they're going to be included in the S&P 500 in 6 weeks or in 4 weeks. From now, they'll start being part of the S&P 500. By the time they joined the S&P 500, the stock was over 40, if it wasn't over 60. And within 6 months of being in the S&P 500, the stock rose to 80 to 100. Where's Palantir now? Yeah, it's way up there. And how many times PE multiple does Palantir trade at, by the way? Anybody curious about that? We're at 177.92 last night. The 52-week high is 207. Still trading at 413 times earnings. 413 times earnings. Now, Palantir, when it was announced it was going to become part of the S&P 500, there was a stock price associated with the stock, which is, like I said, 20, 30, 40 bucks. The thinking was, oh, well, if you take the market cap of Palantir at that price, it will make up a certain percentage of the market cap of the entire S&P 500. And that means each tracking index out there, all these funds, will have to buy a certain number of shares of Palantir to now reflect the movement of the S&P 500 as Palantir goes up and down in value and so on. But as Palantir went up in price, its market cap went up, which meant that these funds had to buy more Palantir to stay accurate with the overall index. Palantir today's market cap is $420 billion. They're trading at 413 times earnings. And so at $177 versus 40, 4 times as much stock had to be picked up at least by the street who track the S&P 500. It's unbelievable. Now, for SoFi, here's the good news for you kids. The stock right now is going to be 27.43 this morning. It's going to be around 27.50 this morning. The company will announce probably later today or next week that the offering is sold. It's fully subscribed. 1.7 billion gross is coming in. Less commissions, they'll get 1.6 billion, what the hell it is. And then the stock will start to go up. But if they get added to the S&P 500, say tomorrow, tonight, next week, that changes everything. The game is completely altered yet again, because now, if 30 days from now they're going to join the S&P 500, or 45 days or 60 days, there's an announcement made, March 1, it'll be S&P 500. Between now and then, the stock will double in price. It'll go to $60 a share, in anticipation of actually being part of the S&P 500, which of course means the calibration of every entity out there that tracks the S&P 500 will have to be rejiggered, because this company then will have not a $35 billion market cap, it'll have a $70 billion market cap. And that's assuming the stock stops at 60. I don't think that's going to happen either. So there you go. S&P, SoFi and the S&P are going to happen. It's just a question of what week, what month. And then the stock will go parabolic from here. Because right now at 22.90, what was it, 27.45, this is a conservative price stock. It's trading at, they say it's trading at 52 times earnings. I don't think so. I believe that forward earnings for the next year puts this at about 25. And the opportunity of SoFi to add 40% more earnings for the next several years yet still, this stock will trade higher than 50 times earnings. It'll trade 100 times earnings. It'll trade 120 times earnings. But look at its forward projections and you'll see, oh, wow, yeah, 2 years from now, it's still at 20 times earnings. The street will pay a premium for SoFi if it's part of the S&P 500. That's a fact. Fact. That's this man's humble opinion, though. So, Speaking of opinion, I'm asking you today, whichever format you're watching me on, I got a poll question for you today. Will SoFi shares break $30 a share before the end of the year? This is the 5th of December, so I'm talking about 25 days in the next 3.5 weeks. Could the shares break 30 between now and the end of the year? What do you think? Because I'll tell you what is not happening with SoFi in the next 3 weeks. There's no tax loss selling going on SoFi. Anyone who bought this stock in April, May, June, July, they paid $10, $12, $14, $16, $18, $20, $22, $24 a share. They're all up. There's no tax loss selling here. So you're not going to have that resistance to hold the stock back. And in this world, I think cash is king. That's just my motto. Cash is king. And SoFi is going to be sitting on another 1.7 billion gross of capital in their hot little hands. A lovely situation. So there you go. The poll question is out there. Do you want to answer it? Do you want to give me an idea what you think? On one of my formats, we have 97 votes that are now already in here. 73% of you say yes. 27% are doubtful. On my other format, the vertical format, 54 votes have come in. 70% say yes, 30% say no. Pretty consistent. Most of you have an opinion, like I have an opinion, that gosh darn to heck, Bruce, this SoFi stock is going to be over $30 a share, which means there's a $250 gain in the stock between now and the end of the year, possible. Many of you feel that that is a possibility, which then begs the question, what should you do if you're a fan of SoFi and your opinion is kind of like Uncle Bruce's opinion, that the shares will break $30 a share before the end of the year? Maybe they'll even hit a new high by January, because at the end of January, you know what happens. The fourth quarter financials come out from the corporation. What will be the price of the stock by the time they release their fourth quarter results? and we're only 26 days away from the end of the year. So there's a good question for each and everybody to wonder. What should you do? Step number one, if you're a shareholder and you're happy being a shareholder, stay a shareholder. There's always that. If you're a poor man covered call writer, because you've got deep in the money calls and you're running calls against them, enjoy your deep in the money calls. Watch them likely appreciate in price, and keep on writing calls. I mean, you certainly could write $30 calls that expire in December or January, or you could write 32s or higher. You decide for yourself where and what you want to do on this at these levels. If you're a credit spread trader, I would be looking at 1 and 2 month spreads where you're talking kind of the 25, 23 level for puts, maybe 24, 22, maybe a $2 spread is all you need. On the other hand, you might go with $5 spreads. You've got to check your option chains, see what kind of percentage return you can get on the capital that you have to put up to do a $2 spread, a $3 spread, a 4, a 5, and see what the best percentage return is for you to make that work. And if you're a cash secured put writer, and many of you are cash secured put writers, congratulations. If you've got some cash lying around, this is your opportunity to write cash secured puts. You can write 30s today that expire January coming up in the next month or so, or the summertime for 2026, or Jan 27th, and you want to write 30s. You can write 35s if you feel the stock will break 35 next year and go to the 32, 33 level. You feel, hey, I'm going to write January 2027 expiry puts at $35 a pop. I want the stock right now. What is it? $27.50. 35s are worth $7.50 book value. Can you get $10, $11 for those or more? Can you get $3 or $4 or $5 in premium over and above the book value? I'd be taking it. Now, maybe you have to write 32s or 30s. Even if you do write 30s, they're worth $2.50 book at the moment. Can you get your hands on $6 or $7 for those? Again, check your chains and see what it says. When we open. There you go, kids. Some of you out there, I think, will be offered the possibility. You have the possibility of grabbing anywhere from a 20 to a 40% return on capital by writing a cash secured put out to Jan 27, depending on the strike price, of course. So keep an eye on that. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm excited. This is cool bean stuff. Should you just buy call options? Gamble, just buy call options? I say no, except for one call option that I am happy if you get your hands on, and that is deep in the money, down the road call options. So 2027, 2028 timing, way out in the money contracts. That's the only way I go. And using the 90-10 rule that you've learned from my lessons is where you want to be, as close to 90-10 as possible. So you can then be the potential option writer, writing covered calls on your deep in the money calls, as those of you are writing covered calls on stock that you're holding. But you may want to be writing 32s for this January, February, March. You may want to write 35s. If the stock inches back to 30, you may want to write 32, 33s, 35s for February, March, April, May. Take a look at the chains on that. The further out you go, the more you're going to get. The further ahead of the stock you can go. You decide which way you want to play it. Welcome all to the party, pal. I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to have you with us this morning from wherever you are on the planet. Please say hi to me. Tell me where you're watching me from. How you doing on your Sofi? Have you made any money on your Sofi in the last year or 2 or 3? I suspect some of you have done rather nicely. GameStop, quickly, I want to talk about GameStop. I think it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is the trade-in day for GameStop. They've got this promotion going on that you can bring something in for a $5 credit, doesn't matter what it is. I have a suspicion that tomorrow is going to be one hell of a busy day for GameStop all over the United States. And then, of course, on Tuesday, I believe it is after the close on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. You correct me if I'm wrong. But we get the earnings report from GameStop for their third quarter. I believe the third quarter financials will reflect a very positive number for GameStop. Gross revenues, margins, net profits, I think it's all up. I believe that GameStop has and will continue to offload underperforming locations as leases expire. They just let leases expire on their lousy locations and don't renew the leases, and they shift inventory to their other stores and continue on. Reducing expenses at the store level, at the head office level, the distribution levels. I think that all costs are just being dropped. Fewer personnel needed to run fewer stores. Fewer leases needing to be negotiated with landlords, which means you don't need to spend as much money with real estate agents or legal fees to cut contracts, auditing fees to audit this stuff. I mean, this company is shrinking out its overheads, and this is bottom line profits to the bottom line of the company. So they need to generate lower sales to make money anyway. And I think that their sales are rising on a per location basis because of the collectibles that they're now into, which are higher margin pieces. Again, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. GameStop, $22.97 this morning, up a couple of cents. So we're in this 23 neighborhood. I don't think we're going to stay here very long. I have a suspicion that once the numbers are out and the realization of the market is that, oh my God, their third quarter was really good. Can you imagine what this quarter is, the fourth quarter? Because this is Christmas shopping time. Are these guys going to bust the doors open versus last year's Christmas and the year before and the year before? Could it be that GameStop shares reach the $26 to $30 level or beyond 30? And remember, I think the number isn't it 32 for those warrants? I believe it's 32 for the warrants. Anything over that, now the warrants are in the money. They're good till October, of course, of 2026. If this stock goes to $40 a share in the summertime of 2026, I can guarantee you that every single warrant will be exercised. Someone will exercise their in the money warrant. That puts another 1.7 billion in the hands of Mr. Cohen and his team, which means that they'll be sitting on almost 12 billion in cash. Remember, cash is king here. Unbelievable. GameStop is trading at book value right now. It's trading at just book value. Thank you again for those of you who've been taking advantage of the Black Friday sale for my lessons on how to write stock options. The lessons are available at this point in time at $150 a piece, which is $50 off per lesson. If you want 1 or 2 or 7 or all 19, follow the directions below in the description. Simple as sending a donation to the PayPal link provided down below. Send me an email. Tell me the lesson numbers you want. I will personally send you the links you need for as many you want to get. This sale will last a little longer, but not too much longer. I'm about to end it. Probably by next week sometime we'll shut this down. So again, it's kind of an annual thing that we like to do at Black Friday time. And again, those of you who've taken advantage of it, I congratulate you. I thank you for, again, your support. And I know that many of you have benefited from the classes since they were initiated. Thank you to all of you who have joined me today. Thank you, Richard Carlin. Good morning. Joe, thank you. Mark is here. Amy here. Alex, good morning. Bobby, thank you for joining me this morning. I think we're going to get back to 2930, Bruce. Rock and roll, man. Welcome, dude. And thank you also for mentioning, dude, the Rocket Lab and Smart Rent shares. Smart Rent hit a new 52-week high. Was it 194? It's not like where I'd like it to be, but it's certainly better than 78 cents a share. Go Smart Rent. Rocket Lab over 50 again. No surprise to me. I think it's going to go much higher. Again, my opinion here. Joe, FYI, Uncle Bruce has 2 live streams posted for this morning. Yes, one vertical and one horizontal, depending on what way you want to do it. Subs and like my favorite homeless Canadian. Thank you, Notel. Thank you for that, all of you. And welcome, dude. Bobby, hello there. Hector's here. Who else is here? Emma's here. Emmanuel is here. Excuse me, Emmanuel. Vlad is here. Henry, good morning, all of you guys. Great to have you with me from wherever you are. The fridge is in the house. John Talks from the UK in the house too. Welcome from overseas. Those of you who are in Europe, those of you who are in Asia. Thank you to all of my my viewers in the Caribbean, the United States, Canada, around the world, wherever you are. Man, am I glad you're here. Dude, look, I was in the vertical channel. It was like an alternate dimension. There you go. Good morning, Jebediah from Bobby. Nice to have you here. You like my Amish beard? Giddy up. Jen likes the beard. She won't let me shave it off. I keep asking her, you want me to keep this? Because, I got to go to a barber. I have to go to a barber and have an actual trim on my beard, which I've never done before. I've never, ever had professional anything on my facial hair. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. I can grow it here. I can't grow it here. Go figure. It's all coming down. Mojo says the answer to all of your questions is money. Yes, JR, let's get that dough. My friend Rodent in Dortmund is here. How you doing there, pal? YouTube interrupting my video production with 3 alerts about this stream since the beginning, according to my recap. Again, I don't know what to make of any of this. Welcome. Go knock the snow off the lines. There you go. Maybe that'll get my my broadcast a little quicker. I don't know. Tom is here. Good morning and good Friday to all of you out there. What else is going on? VZ. I personally do not think SoFi is getting into the S&P 500. I'm so positive. I don't know what to do. You don't think it's going to be a SoFi S&P 500? Well, think what you want, but I think kind of money these guys are making and growing, I think they are a slam dunk. It's just a question of what meeting. I'm just a guy. Anyway, there you go. Let's see what's going on here. Good morning, Mandu. Mark, good morning. Is GameStop taking your advice? What else? A lot of comments coming through. Lisa, it's a wonderful opportunity to sell SoFi cash secured puts today. And after listening to your channel, says John, all these years I have 5K at $7 a share. I got 5,000 shares of SoFi with an average of $7 a share. Not bad. It's a nice little upside move there. Welcome all. Who else is here? I don't know what this means, but welcome whoever this is to the show. What's your opinion on what's this say here? What's your opinion on vegans who hate vegetarians and consider them carnivores? Oh my gosh. Let's see. What else is going on here? Let's go. A lot of some criticism, some happy, whatever. And there you go. And I wrote some poor man covered call. This is Doug talking here. I wrote some poor man covered calls on my leaps yesterday, just before the private offering came out. Happy times. Well done. And probably write more cash secured puts on this dip. Let's freaking go here. Well done. Uncle Bruce becomes Gandalf of the Grey. Gandalf the Grey. Okay, is that good? Welcome, Jeff. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Dude is saying that Smart Rent has been doing pretty well in the last month since earnings. Maybe one to wait and see on. They are growing revenue as subscriptions. I think they hired a new. They announced some kind of a new director of communications, which what we used to call a stock promoter, an in-house stock promoter in their investor relations department, which is the promotion department. I'm old school from the 70s, and I remember in the old days, in the 70s, we used to you used to hire promoters on the side as PR professionals. You'd have a PR firm to help you with your company's exposure to the world. But in the brokerage biz, we call those stock promoters. And, that business was at one time a very shady business, and then it became legit through advertising firms and PR firms. Now you have in-house PR departments. Every public company has it, and so depending on how good the in-house team is, they can get the message out to the world about how we're doing. There you go. Okay. What can I say? Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. Pupil, a Pulp Proof is here. Pickcomb is here. Welcome all. I'm just trying to catch up to you guys. I can't. There's too many of you. Rand Marie is here. PB is here. Who else is here? Michael. Hi, Bruce. Greetings from south of France. Well, good morning and afternoon to you. Another comment here. Hello from Kuala Lumpur. John, thank you. Beautiful stuff. Hello from Singapore. Welcome. Bitcoin from Amsterdam. Charlie, good morning, Uncle Bruce and everybody. PB saying, you look like Santa Claus. Yeah, maybe I can make a few bucks on the side. What else? Let's go. Short-term pain for long-term gain, says Charlie. There you go. Computer Whiz is here. Good morning. Good morning, all. Good morning. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, Bobby says I was reading the other day that GameStop could raise more money than any store with clicks of a mouse. Incredible, isn't it? Thank you, Charlie, for the thumbs up today. If you're hitting the thumbs up button, thank you guys. I really appreciate the thumbs ups. Also, answer the poll question today. Help that poll question get some traction. I appreciate that. What else is going on? Hello from Chile, Cincinnati, from Jarrett. How you doing, man? Who else is here? What else? Critics and happy people. Hey, Hakeem, thank you for this donation. Hello from Singapore. Singapore dollars, 10 Singaporean dollars. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Any and all currencies are gratefully accepted. Thank you. Gil in the house. Hello, Bruce. A big dog. Good morning, Uncle B. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Hello, Bruce says, rookie go crazy. I'm coming from the Catfish Tyler YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Gonzo Cruiser, good morning. Maven Ventures, good morning, Uncle Bruce. Vilba is here. Good morning, Uncle B. Thank you all for your greetings. Juan in the house. Welcome, sir. Welcome all. Let's see. Here we go. Gil is kind of thinking, I believe that whoever's buying the SoFi shares at $27.50, they're not going to sell them. Who's going to sell? Stock opens lower for very little volume. I expect SoFi to pop immediately after to the open, back to 28, 29. I'm thinking, it's possible that we could pop a little bit later today. Excuse me. I'm just kind of waiting for the confirmation that the deal is a done deal. They have to do they did the announcement yesterday. They priced it last night, $27.50. Later today or Monday or Tuesday, they can announce the closing of the deal. Maybe it'll take a week to close. it's a legal thing. It's not like they haven't got the money. It's how fast can the lawyers crank these documents out and get them filed with the SEC. That's all this is. There's no, there's absolutely no issue whatsoever for SoFi to raise the money. That's not the problem. The money is already done. I suspect that there are clients at Goldman Sachs and elsewhere phoning their brokers or emailing their brokers going, how come you didn't call me and offer me any of this stuff? The stock was trading at 32.70 something here already this year, 32.73. Why aren't you calling me at 27.50? What am I, chopped liver? And so some of those folks who aren't getting filled at 27.50 on the underwriting are going to be buying the stock right now in the pre-market, and they're loading up. And we've had 2.5 million minimum trade already this morning. I don't know how many millions traded last night. Tons. Anyone who wanted out can get out. Anyone selling out here is an idiot. But then, you know, we need idiots to make money off of, right? So there you go. Okay. Bobby says, you know what? I go to a barber to get a monthly trim. Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, well, look at that. Look at that. Look at that bush he's got over there. Holy crap. No kidding. I don't think I'll ever have anything of that nature, but I don't know. This is crazy. Ray Sherlock, I'll be putting shares of SoFi today at 29 strike, but my average price per share will be 26.61. Thanks to the premium I collected. Still a good price in my eyes. Good to see you, Bruce. You know, the key here is this. You got a bunch of money and you just want to buy this stock. You don't want to write cash secured puts. You don't want to buy deep in the money calls and write poor man cover calls. You just want to buy the stock and then write calls on the stock. God bless you for it. Pick them up right now on the pre-market. Buy them here, 27.43. Don't worry about any nickel and dime changes. Even if it goes down to 27, don't worry about it. Just buy it here, get it, hold on to it, wait till later today or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Wait for the announcement to be done that the deal is finalized. Shares go to the 29 mark. You'll write 30 or 31 or $32 calls. Go a few months forward. I suspect you can get your hands on $3 a share easily on any premium out of the money call. That reduces your cost from $27.50, let's say, to $24.50, and you're sitting on stock with a $24.50 cost. And if they take them away from you, they take them away from you at $32. What are you crying about? You just got $32 plus your $3 premium. You got $35 for a stock you just paid $27.50 for. I don't see the problem here. You multiply this stock by 100 just to kind of, or by 10, excuse me, just to kind of bring this into the Magnificent Seven neighborhood. You pay $275 a share. You offer them for $325. You get taken out. You end up with $355 for a $275 buy. Is there a problem here? I don't know what that problem is, because you just turn around and buy the stock back and then rewrite calls for 38, 380 or whatever. Giddy up. Welcome to the party, pal. That's why these lessons are a good idea. Learn how to write options. Good morning, everybody, from a snowy Washington, D.C. Larry Titus, how you doing there, pal? Nice to have you here this morning. Good to see you here. People, I'm going to buy a little this morning. At the opening and a little tomorrow, Monday, actually, if they don't get into that S&P. Howdy, partner. Hello, everybody. Charlie, closest, what is this here? Closest morning so far, coldest morning so far, I suspect. Cold, 19 below Celsius in Ottawa. It was a chilly walk with the dog this morning. Yeah, I don't think the dog was meandering too much, was it? Good morning, team, from Tom Vilbus. Glad I loaded up on more shares at $23.95 on that most recent dip. What was that, a week or two ago? Giddy up. JR, hey, pal, thank you for this donation. What happens to, what happens to the deep in the money calls bought before their most recent senior note thing? They have an N beside the ticker symbol on my platform. What happens to deep in the money calls? No idea. I don't know what that actually means. You might need to talk to your broker, unless someone else can answer this question for you. I don't know. I wondered why Sofi had dropped $2, asks Pull. Pulpy Pro. Where is that question? Oh, sorry. All of a sudden, it skipped away on me. Sorry, folks. I've got a glitchy computer, and that means my messages are here, and then they're not. Here it is. This is from Adam. Thank you, Adam. I wonder why Sofi had dropped $2. Someone pointed out that the GameStop and S1 options are trading slightly cheaper. Don't know what that means. Let's see. I'm liking the idea of a spread today, says Bobby. Wondering if there will be another dip at the opening. Panic selling is groovy. There you go. The key here is this, in my humble opinion. If you're thinking of doing a put credit spread where you're going to sell a put and then buy a put and have a credit come your direction, it's not a question of how wide the spread has to be. The question is, what's the return on your money? If you can do a $1 spread and get an 8% yield, or you can do a $2 spread and get a 12% yield, or a 3 or a 4 or a 5, whatever those yields are, that's one thing. Number two, though, should you be looking at a spread that expires December 16th or into January, let's say? I'm guessing December 16th. December, what is today? Well, the 12th, the 19th. So the 19th of December, a couple weeks from now, or into January or into February. Can you get a big enough percentage payoff to take on the credit spread and then sit there with your arms folded and say, okay, well, if I get a 25% return on my capital on a $4 spread that's good for a month and a half or 2 months, but as soon as that spread shrinks down to that 10% level, I'm going to take my money off the table and walk away with 15% net. And that happens in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Beautiful. Now, look, a put credit spread can pay you handsomely, obviously, if the shares just want to go back up into the 30 level. If you're going to do a put credit spread on Sofi, somewhere in this 25 to 23 or 24 to 20 or 21 to 25 or whatever ratio, and the shares want to go up $2 or $3 a share in the next couple of weeks, your spread's going to shrink out quickly because those options, those puts, are further out of the money already with time shrinking at the same time. So something to look into. Yeah, no problem. What else? Hey, Uncle Bruce, I bought some Smart Rent, says Alex, at 148. The only problem with the stock is that the option chain is tiny. I totally understand. This is a stock play right now. It really can't be much of an option play. I totally get that. Thank you. And Bobby, temps in Ontario are terrible temperatures. Yikes. Agree with you, your dog, Charlie. Okay. Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. Alberto, why are you looking like Santa Claus? Because I am Santa Claus. I am offering wonderful Santa Claus opportunities here for the Black Friday sale, where Santa is offering you the opportunity to save 25% on any of these lessons. I don't know if anyone else out there is offering you these kinds of deals. Buy one, buy 10, buy them all, knock yourself out. Welcome all to the program. Ho, ho, ho. There you go. Thank you, Alberto, and welcome, buddy. Everyone's saying hi to Alberto, and he's saying hi to everybody right back at you. Nice to have you there. And we miss you here in Arizona, says Mike W. He says, I hope you're enjoying your weather. Well, what can I say? It is what it is this year. What can I say? I have no idea what PB is asking me here. And Juan is saying, I visited a GameStop store this past weekend. It was pretty busy for the holidays. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Ricardo, let's go, baby. Vilbos, I'm checking in from North Texas. Giddy up, baby. Thank you, my friend. Juan says lots of collectible cards were sold out by 2 p.m. This right here is right here the key. This comment, Juan, is everything when it comes to the future of GameStop. This is freaking huge. I know a thing or two about collectibles. I used to own a sports card store way back when in the 90s, early 90s. I know how lucrative this can be. And I'm telling you, our friends at GameStop are selling a ton of these cards and other collectibles that are making them serious margins compared to video games and hardware. It's huge. It's just huge. It complements the business. The demographic is perfect. They are scoring on this thing. I am certain. Bobby Atkinson, Uncle Bruce as Santa. You want cash secured puts on Sofi? Ho, ho, ho. There you go. Hey, Tag. Thank you, TAQ. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Always good to see you. Thank you all for your kind words and greetings and everything. I appreciate you all so very much. Jeff Glass, I was early assigned on AI $25 cash secured puts last night at a cost of $21.80. Wrote this before the big drop in price. Hopefully there's finally some upside. I will be writing a covered call. Giddy up. Mohammed says, Ezekiel, the word of the Lord came to me saying, son of the man, whether two women, daughters, some other who committed adultery. I have no idea what this is all about. I have no idea if this is good, bad, indifferent, whatever you're into, man. You want to make money? Welcome to this channel. Hey, BP. Hey, Uncle Bruce. Hope you and Auntie Jen are well from Cheddar Land. Thanks for the SoFi thoughts. Thank you very much. Jeff, Vilbus is saying to Jeff, I'm sitting on some AI cash secured puts as well, including a 25. It's out to Jan 27. So hopefully we get some movement. Giddy up. I'm excited for AI definitely as well. I think AI is definitely bottomed already, but that's just my opinion. There will be some tax law selling though going on AI. Let's be reasonable. It was higher this year, but I'm thinking after Christmas, game over. We're back over 20 into January, February, and more. But we'll see. We'll see. Welcome. People are saying hello. People are throwing a few suggestions out there. Welcome all. Thank you. And please be kind. Who else is here? Lisa saying, I'm going to be eyeing up the 2027, Jan 27 and December 27 cash secured puts. Who else is here? White Feather's here. Adam is here. Aaron Duchesne is here. Good morning. Thank you, my friend, for saying hi. And Yaroshi, 26 January 26 should be close to the $3 mark at a 27 strike. And let's see. Hello to you, says White Feather. Who else is here? Welcome all. I'm trying to catch up with these comments. I just can't get there. Thank you all. Visiting Uncle Bruce channel, laughing out loud. No tell. How you doing there, buddy? What else is going on? Okay, I gotta put someone on a timeout here. I'm not really we're not here to talk religion, okay? Sorry, we're here to talk about money. Anyway, just a guy. I'm just a guy. Get Uncle Bruce's classes. They will change your thinking. Thank you, not a lurker anymore. And Alberto, oh my God, you are unbelievable, man. Your generosity knows no bounds. Thank you, my friend. So great to for this donation. Thank you very much. Checking in, Uncle Bruce and all Bagel Gang. Merry Xmas. Thank you very much. $200 donation. That is pretty huge. Much appreciated. Any and all donations that you guys make, whether they're PayPal donations or super chats. You guys are just the best. I don't have 25,000 viewers. I got 230 watching me right now. But I got to tell you, kids, if you've been here since 2021, 22, 23, 24, and all through 25, and you have followed the trend of what we've been talking about here, you've become an option writer in one format or another, whether you're writing covered calls, whether you're writing poor man covered calls, whether you're writing cash secured puts, you're doing credit spreads, whatever it is you're doing, I think you've made money. And of course, following SoFi Thank you, Sofi. Thank you, Rocket Lab, for one hell of a run. And keep it up, you guys. Let's hope for continued success. I think the GameStop shares are terribly undervalued, unbelievably undervalued, and I think the street is about to get a kick in the ass and find out just how cheap GameStop is relative to its earnings multiples. And if they announce anything, what they're going to do with their $9 to $11 billion in cash, I can't wait to hear about it. Alberto, thank you a million times over. It is much appreciated. Looking good, buddy. JR, Alberto's going, Jeff, good morning, Uncle Bruce from Dynamite. Merry Christmas from Juan. Alberto, son. Lisa says, I missed you, Alberto. Missed you. And Juan, love to you from Alberto. Thank you all. Zach is wondering, how low will Sofi go today? Thank you, dude, for this $50 donation. Again, these are just awesome. Thank you so very much. Merry Christmas to all the pie eaters and class buyers. Keep writing, kids. Just keep on writing. You can tell which of these viewers are writers by their donations. You can tell how they're doing as option writers. If you want to be in a position to be able to send me a donation of $50 or $150 from option writing, my recommendation is you want to become one of these guys. Become one of these guys right here. Pick up the Black Friday deal on lessons. Invest in yourself and spread the wealth as you make it. Look, I can't make you do it. I can beg you. I can suggest, but I can't make you take a deal that's just sitting here on the table. You have to make the move yourself. And I hope some of you do. Many of you have since 21, 22, 23, of course. And of course, I thank you all for your support of this YouTuber as I try to support you. I'm trying to give you the info you need to make yourself a ton of money and either retire much more comfortably than you thought you could, or add a lovely secondary income to your household, or ultimately help you be able to walk away from a job that is a dead ender, or deep down in your heart that AI is coming for you and you're going to get ahead of it. Look, whatever way this works, thank you all. Fabulous. Thank you, everybody. Okay, who else is here? White Feather, happiest of holidays to everybody. Thank you, my friend. James of the Mystery Tree is here. There's all kinds of familiar names here this morning. Welcome, 231 of you. Listen to the wise wizard in the blue sweatshirt. Thank you, dude. John Gill. Thank you, John. I'm on the fly here reading these comments, and you have to forgive me. I'm just out of practice, and I'm reading names here that kind of look familiar, but in some cases they don't look familiar at all. The man is here. I'm here, and you started early. Thank you. Let's go. Yeah, Juan says, I was assigned AI shares last night at $23.41 average price. It was a cash secured put $30 strike for Jan 26. So you got the AI stock, and now what you're going to do is you can write calls against them, or you can just sell them and immediately write new cash secured puts and take an additional premium, however you want to play it. The stock, 1532 last night, 1537 at the moment, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to write calls that are 20s several months forward, or whether you want to write cash secured puts like $20 cash secured puts for Jan 26 or further out. You want to go to Jan 27, write 20s, write 22s. Totally up to you, obviously. You're in control here. You decide the next move and decide which way you want to go with it. Man, I support you. And away we go. Thank you, all of you here. Again and again and again and again and again. All right, where am I? I'm trying to catch up with these comments. There we are. We're back here. Gil is saying that according to Tom Lee, the market will explode up anytime soon. 10% this year on the S&P 500. There you go. JR says, buy the classes, folks. Thank you, JR, for always being supportive of this channel and letting the folks out there know, what's going on. Thank you all very much. Oh, my poor iPad is freaking out, absolutely freaking out. It's having a hell of a time here. Don't mind me. I'm trying to make it shut the hell up and go back here. And oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. It's all going to work out. One, I'm going to be selling $25 cover calls on those AIs. There you go. I'm going to write them. There you go. Right on, my friend. JR, invest in yourself. Yeah, that's all it is. You grab this deal down here and start with lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are putting money on the table to say, I'm going to better myself. I'm going to become smarter. I'm going to understand how options work. I'm going to understand how to write them. And I'm going to learn all kinds of tricks of the trade, because there are tricks of the trade to learn. Thank you and congratulations. Let's go. Hi, Uncle B for margin call. Thank you. What else? Who else is here? JR, one of the best decisions of my life. The $2,000 you spend will help keep you from making $100,000 mistakes. I agree. There are times where viewers tell me, "Hey, man, I had 200,000 in the market. I got down to 50,000, and I was just so depressed and demoralized. I couldn't win. I was following all these hot tips. I was following all these gurus out there, getting nowhere fast. I found you. I watched you for a while. I didn't believe a word you said, or you kind of made sense, but I wasn't ready to commit because I've been burned. But then I'm just reading comments from your regulars, and I thought, why not take a couple of classes? Well, after 1 and 2, you're already starting to write options. I mean, that's kind of the pattern around here. So once people take the first 2 lessons that I've done, they start to write options. And the first time you write, you're panicking, you're shaking, you're going, oh, have I done the right thing? A lot of my viewers who have become very, very successful made terrible profits in their first few option writes because they were panicked when they wrote them. They wrote the option and they made a $50 profit on a $200 write, and they just took the money and ran and thought, oh, I got to win. I'm going to take my win. It took a while to kind of relax and realize the flow of capital and the flow of stocks and how options fluctuate and how they depreciate as they run out of time. And then slowly but surely, viewers of this channel began to write options where they went, you know what? Every dime they just handed me is free money. I can't believe how much money they're handing me. It's ridiculous. And when you write out of the money contracts that have very little time to live, it's hard to not make money. It's just hard not to make money. But boy, you need to understand this. You have to understand the psychology of the options market versus the equity market to understand just how this is going to play out. And 19 lessons are available to you in plain English. No tests. I'm just a guy trying to help you out. But hey, knock yourself out. I love it. Thank you all, for being here and being part of the show and being part of the gang. I love it. The man, you know what? There's nothing better than writing a covered straddle on stocks and writing on both calls and puts. Give me the money. Giddy up. Margin called, should have bought him back yesterday. There you go. And what else is going on here? Clean the crud off the mouse. And if you keep growing a beard, you're going to turn into Alfred. Welcome. Morning, Pappy J. Tortuga, welcome. Bryson, good morning. What else is going on here? Are you telling him to sell covered call under his cost basis? Yes. Always be writing. Never mind the price of the stock. Always be writing. You deal with the exchange. You deal with an exercise. You deal with expiry. That's a separate transaction. These are all individual transactions. Yes, SJ, you're getting it. Anyway, what can I say? I'm just over here, Vilbus is saying, daydreaming about writing SoFi cover calls one day when it's at 60 or more. I remember everyone on this channel back in 2022, 23, even in 24, daydreaming and wishing that the day would come when they would start writing $15 covered calls, $17 covered calls, $20 covered calls, unthinkable, unimaginable, pie in the sky dreams. You probably confessed to someone you know that someday you hope you can write covered calls on SoFi at $20 a share, $22 a share, and someone said to you, "You're freaking dreaming, pal. You're not even part of reality anymore." And now here we are, the company raising $1.7 billion at $27.50. Oh my God. Welcome to the party, pal.
That was easy.
That was easy. Oh my gosh. What an easy, quick little phone call Anthony Noto made to his broker friend saying, I need to raise, I'm interested in raising 1.5, 1.7
That was
billion.
easy.
That was easy. There you go. Peter, we still holding strong on SoFi stock, boys and girls. Rocket Lab had a nice 10% pop-up yesterday. I'm not mad at it. Here we go, Vilbus. I've written some Rocket Lab cash secured puts down here. It would be nice for it to head back. Don't be surprised if it goes beyond 60. There you go. Yes, Charlie, classes are worth every penny. And then some. Thank you, Charlie, for that, for the boost. Who else? Who else? Jonathan. Whoa, are we back? What else? Yeah, originally it was SoFi covered calls until 12:15. I remember. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you all for joining me today. Doing strangles, yes. And giddy up, everybody. Knock yourselves out there. Option writers, way to go. It's 8:37 in New York. The market opens in about 50 minutes or so. At the moment, I'm seeing the GameStop shares at $22.91 in the pre-market. I believe that's the price. I believe that's accurate, according to my my iPad, which lies to me sometimes. I do see futures up 20 on the Dow, up 9 on S&P, up 57 on NASDAQ. Crude oil at 59.61, down 6 cents. We've got SoFi right now at 27.45 as we wait for the company to formally file with the SEC the finalization of their offering, which will be, it's already pre-sold. Have no fear. 1.7 billion is here. It's just a matter of the lawyers literally confirming with the auditors that the money is in the account, at the lawyers and the brokers, and it'll all be filed and approved and cleared, and we're on our way. That's all happening. Welcome. What do you think the chances are that SoFi gets in the S&P 500? Today, I don't know. Within 3 months, more than 50-50. Within a year, more than fully 100% within the year. I wouldn't be surprised that they get included at any time into the S&P 500. I think I was watching someone yesterday. I think that on the S&P 500, the listing of all the stocks that are in the index, if you took the market cap of SoFi, it's in the top 300 in value. So there are 200 companies that don't have a market cap equal to SoFi that are in the S&P 500. It's only a matter of time. Might be days, weeks, months, but not a long time. It's coming very, very quickly, in my humble opinion. And I believe that the minute that the announcement is official, within the first 2 weeks of the announcement that they're going to be included, not that they're in it, but they're going to join on a certain date, because I'm thinking 30 to 60 days will be the time frame of inclusion. During that time frame of when the announcement is made versus the day they start trading S&P, I think we're a double. I think we are a double. This is my opinion. I think we are a double. So if it's 27, 55. It's 33, 66. That's what I think. Now, if I'm wrong, and it only goes up $10, $12 a share in a month or two, gosh darn the heck, I'm sorry. That's all it gave you. But I don't think that's all it's going to give you. I have a suspicion that this stock is going to become a very heavily talked about company, like many other companies have become heavily talked about once they join the S&P 500. So Palantir and a number of others, Sofi is going to get a lot of press. And of course, Sofi is legitimately making serious profits. Sales are great. Membership growth is great. Products they offer is great. It comes down to one thing and one thing only. Are they making any money? Yes, they are. And their growth on their bottom line is phenomenal. And so, yeah, this is going to get huge press. This company's going to get huge press every quarter when they release results. I'm excited. Anyway, there he is. And the man is wondering, so does GameStop just stay between $22 and $27 until next September? The warrants close in on expiry and make GameStop climb like a bat out of hell? My opinion on GameStop is that the stock is going to be recognized by a number of analysts. Right now, there's only one analyst covering the stock, by the way. But I believe that GameStop will be reluctantly discussed by analysts who are going to admit, the kind of money these guys are generating on the top line and the margins that they're making on the bottom line going into this this business of theirs, this collectible business, is such that the stock's PE multiple should be 25 to 30, and based on that PE multiple, the stock should be $45 a share, $50 a share. I think that's coming up. What I would love to see, and I've made a video about this, I would love to see GameStop do a takeover of a publicly traded company that has 15 to 25 analysts already covering it. That's what I'd like to see Sofi do. I'd like to see Sofi own 10, 15, 20% of a company that has 10, 15 analysts covering that company. Because now those analysts are going to have to cover GameStop, because GameStop is perhaps the single largest shareholder of this other company. And if they do a merger, acquisition, might be debt, stock, any combination, and the company they take over does have 20 analysts, now Sofi has 20 analysts. And now the word is out. Away we go. But hey, I'm just a guy. Aaron, you've read my mind, and I'm on the same page as you are, my friend. Anyway, who do you think bought the stock at $27.50? I think, Lisa, that Goldman Sachs and their other pals, they've got a list of regulars that they contact: pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, and they call a bunch of these guys up and say, I got 100,000 Sofi. I got 300,000 for you. I got 500,000 for you. I wouldn't surprise me that the phones are ringing off the hook at Goldman. Clients who want in on the deal. They want in on this deal because they don't want to try to buy Sofi, a million shares of Sofi right now on the open market. You want to put in a buy order for 1 million shares of Sofi at $27.50, you're not going to get it. because it's going to pop to 28 and a half. So if you want 1 million at 27, you want 5 million shares. They're trying to sell 63 million shares. There's only one way you're going to get that kind of volume of stock. You're going to have to call the broker, but the broker's going to go, I'm sorry, I've got to issue stock in a proportionate way to our top clients, of which you are one. Yes, you're one of my favorites, but you're one of 100 that are going to get in on this deal. We're slicing it up into chunks, but it's an oversubscribed deal. Okay, they could have raised 5 billion, they could have raised 10. This is oversold, oversubscribed. It's already done. It's over, and there's no need for a list. None of these buyers are going to sell the stock for $2 more a share. None of them. It's likely a lot of these buyers who are buying these shares are probably going to start writing call options at $30 to $35 a share between now, say a month from now, and a year from now. So don't be surprised to see call option numbers go up as calls get written by these folks at 30 to 35 a share. Just don't be surprised. Mike is saying, thanks to Uncle Bruce. Thanks to Uncle Bruce's classes, I have over 100,000 in capital gains tax this year. You're entirely welcome. This is good. Great job, Mike, says Charlie. Josh is thinking Tesla to $5,000 a share by 2029. You guys heard it here first. Cheers to all of you. Aaron Duchesne, and will GameStop ever be eligible to join the S&P? They're going to have to be worth 40 to 50 billion by the time that happens. But again, I bring it all back to one thing. These warrants at $32, they'll be exercised. They will then have close to 12 billion cash on hand. They're going to come up with phenomenal results from their stores, much higher margins. Earnings per share are going to rise dramatically. And that could double the price of GameStop. But unfortunately, and realistically, right now, the company is a $10 billion market cap. So if it's a $20 billion market cap, it's not big enough to join the S&P 500. Sofi is big enough to join the S&P 500. It's 35 billion plus, but not GameStop, not yet. So that stock's going to have to do a lot more. Alberto, he's done it again. He owns the gold and silver podium positions today for largest donations to yours truly. My initial goal was 30,000 a month profit. Get the classes and one-on-ones. There you go. You want to make 30,000 a month profit? Get the classes. I've told viewers this in 2021, 2022. You want to make 30,000 a month net profit being an option writer? You better understand how options work. If you want to make 1,000 to 2,000 a month, you're playing. You're here to play. You're not here to make money. You're just here to have some fun. But if you want to change your life and quit your day job and be truly a self-contained entity, you're not reliant on any employer, period. You're managing your own money. You've got to do what this man does right here. He got the classes. He's had one-on-ones with me, numerous. I'm available whenever you are. Just we'll work it out, depending on what time zone you're in, where you're at. We'll figure it out together. We'll go over your preferred strategies. I'll throw a few ideas your way, and we'll figure it out. If we can get you to 5,000 a month in revenue on option writing, that's a nice little stage. We get you to 10,000 a month, that changes lives. We get you to 15,000, 20,000 a month, that changes everything. And we start getting you into the 30,000 plus a month range. You are now dealing with issues you've never dealt with before, including number one, I need a tax person. I need a tax guy because I'm making a whole bunch of money here. These are wonderful problems to have. I'm just a guy in front of a computer. Thank you, Alberto, for the $199 donation. The $99 donation. Thank you to Dude, and thank you to all the others out there who have made $49.99 and $50 donations, and any others. You guys are simply the greatest viewers a YouTuber could ever have. There you go. The man is not too happy about the analysts. There you go. Let's see. Thank you all so much for everything. Thanks, Charlie, from Mike. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. You are the man, says Aaron. And Joe Mama thinks you should buy gold. Okay, giddy up. Thank you. Who else is here? I just sent payment for my first class. Thank you so much. Now you've probably picked it up on my website, and you bought it for $200. Right now, you have a $50 credit for a future purchase. So, if you'd like a second class, and any of you who do buy on my website right now, you're paying $200 a class. This is December the 5th, 2025. The Black Friday sale is on, but it's not on the website. It's actually on through an email. However, if you'd like to get a second class, you can have a second class for $100 because one, they're on sale for $150 each. Two, you just gave me $200 for this first class. So send me a private email and make a donation to PayPal. The link is down below on how to send me a PayPal donation. Send me a $100 PayPal donation, US, and send me a private email. Tell me what second lesson you'd like. I'll send you the link personally, and that means you end up with two classes for $300 instead of one for $200. Okay, how about that? Giddy up. Yep. HIMS stock. Sent you to PayPal directly, also with an email address. Perfect. Like I said, if you're doing it through my website, that's one thing. If we're doing it through a direct, then we'll take care of you as well. Okay, not a problem. Thank you all very much for being here and taking advantage of the Black Friday deal. Thank you for these donations. It's unbelievable. And Arvon, hey, it's 9 degrees in Detroit, Fahrenheit. That's cold. Yes, the Northland is cold. Yikes. Thank you all very much for, again, all of you. I love it. Okay. Okay. After my show is over, I will check all my emails and all my PayPal stuff, and we'll get back to you about what credit you have and what we're doing here and what lesson you're going to get, and not a problem. All right. Thank you. Charlie says the start of something great. Tag. Good luck. Take your time and learn this stuff. It will change your life. Thank you. And congratulations, my friend. I appreciate it very much that you're getting your hands on some lessons. And all of you who've done it and who are still doing it and who are reaching out to have a one-on-one with me. Love to get together with you through the holiday time, see what we can do. Try to help you improve your performance, get you started on option writing, guide you through any rough spots. The professor is here, available to meet with you if you'd like to do a one-on-one session. Thank you all very, very much. We're caught up. How are we doing on the poll question? Let me take a peek here. 284 respondents now in the landscape mode. 73% of you say yes. Sofi will break $30 before the year's out. In the next 26 days, Bruce, Sofi will be back over $30 a share. Don't worry about this little dip right now. Thank you for that. And on the vertical format, let's see what we have there. The vertical format, we have received 122 votes. 75% say yes, Bruce. We're going to break $30 a share. Thank you all for participating in that. And thanks to those of you out there who've been kind enough to hit the thumbs up button for me. Appreciate that as well. If you can find the thumbs up button and hit it on either format, that just adds momentum to the channel. I thank you very, very much. Okay, guys? Welcome to the program. Nice to see you here. What is going to happen in this market between now and the end of the year? We really have not heard much yet. At least I haven't heard much yet regarding tax loss selling. The market is all consumed with an interest rate drop of 0.25%. It's all consumed with the possibility of tariffs being ruled illegal. It's all consumed with inflation reports or lack thereof, reports about unemployment or lack thereof. There's a void of information that is not coming out of Washington like I think we should be getting, but that's just the way it is. The market, though, is near its all-time highs. The Dow at the moment is down 75 points. And S&P down 5 and NASDAQ down 23. This is a nothing burger here. The markets are near its highs, and the question is, will it go through its highs? Or this being the 5th of December, Friday the 5th, 2025, are we going to have a pullback for the next, say, 10 trading days, 5 days coming up next week and the week after, on tax loss selling, as we have buying and selling kind of, holding everything in a range? And then in the last week of the year, do we get through the last of the tax loss selling, and now we move forward into 2026? It's certainly a possibility. As an option writer, you don't really have to care about this. As a matter of fact, if you're really an option writer, quiet markets are the best to make money on. Sure, it's great to write a call and the stock backs off, your call backs off. Or credit spreads, the market goes up or down depending on what spread you're doing. Sure, yeah, of course, cash secured puts. But time depreciation is the weapon of choice for option writers, where you're sitting on capital, you write cash secured puts, you bring in 20% premium on your capital for a 1 or 2 or 3 month time frame, and you sit there and go, let them die. Let these contracts shrink and die as they run out of time. The stock doesn't have to do a damn thing for you to make money. This is the ultimate win for market participants, where instead of hoping a stock goes up or expecting a market to go up because this should happen, and this should happen, as an option writer, you sit back and go, it doesn't matter. As each day goes by, each week goes by, I get richer because those contracts that I wrote had 84 days left to go when I wrote them, and they're now down to 40 odd days. And in 3 weeks, they're down to 20 days of life left in them. They are going to shrink out dramatically. And it's just a matter of how much shrinkage I want to tolerate and accept until I close this transaction and write a new series of contracts with 60, 70, 80, 90 days of life left in them. And here we go again. Rinse and repeat, and take the gains and compound them. I cannot tell you how many times I have had viewers who have written cash secured puts on, say, Sofi. They were writing $10 cash secured puts. Then they rolled into 12s. Then they rolled into 15s. Each time buying back for pennies on the dollar, writing new cash secured puts for premium money. And time made them winners. The stock move didn't hurt. Honestly, it didn't hurt. But time is the payoff. Just a guy saying, hey, way to go. There it is. Tag is saying... and thank you for this comment. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it. Looking very forward to it. I started watching Bruce a few months ago. Figured it's time to pull the plug. Let's give it a go. Rock and roll. Tim, what do you think GameStop's expectations are? I am very optimistic. I believe that I know that the second quarter's numbers were a surprise to the street. I think the third quarter will be a surprise to the street as well. And the fourth quarter will be even larger. And a lot of critics out there, doubters, have been silenced already about GameStop, especially the doubters back from 2020 and 2021 when they thought, oh, it's just a Blockbuster. They're going to go under like Blockbuster. That didn't happen, did it? Blockbuster never had $9 billion cash in its bank account ever. There are not that many public companies. I mean, there are dozens that do have more than $9 billion in their bank accounts, but there aren't thousands of public companies with $9 billion cash. This company is sitting on $9 billion in cash. They're earning $90 million every 3 months in interest. It's $1 million a day. GameStop makes $1 million a day in interest plus the stores. The stock is nowhere near accurately pricing in its production. It's upside. That's just me. Anyway, there it is. D Swank says the best share accumulation method without having to keep adding money to my brokerage account. Writing options. Where is Beach Boy? Alberto wants to know. Is Beach Boy around this morning? Can someone send him a message on Discord? Say hi to him for us. Sleeping with sleeping, my guest, says Bobby. Katie, last time I was here, Bruce didn't have a beard. How long have I been out? Yes, this thing started in October when Jen and I were on the road finishing our summer vacation. And we got back at the end of October, and she said to me, don't shave it off. Just keep growing it. She says, I like it. What can I say? Hey, Bobby is saying, let's wake up Beach Boy. There you go. Well, we'll see if Beach Boy says hi to us. Alberto says, Bobby, let's wake up Beach Boy. Let's wake his ass up. I love it. I love it. Anyone else out there sleeping? I don't know. Welcome all to the show. And welcome to the program this morning from wherever you are. Great to have you with us today. So just to recap, Sofi has announced an offering of stock. It looks like 63 million shares in total will be sold from the treasury, including the 15% broker upside option. So a total of 63 million will go out at $27.50, bringing in $1.725 billion in fresh cash at zero interest. It's a stock issue that costs the company nothing but commissions to sell the deal. It's a pre-bought, pre-sold deal. It's all done. The money has already been raised. Stock is all spoken for. The fact that it's $27.35 in the pre-market is, I think, artificial. It might be being held down here by the broker. They might be holding it here on purpose to clear the financials through the SEC. That's why the stock might be $27.36. But I believe that the moment the deal is filed as a closed finance deal, the lid is removed on Sofi and away we go. And I think through 30 is the first order of business. And then beyond that, new all-time highs. That's my humble opinion. Thank you to AUD. We love you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you very much. Mr. Premium of the Option is in the house. Happy Friday. Going to be another pocket-filling day. Let's go, baby. Giddy up, everybody. Easy money on the table here. I think writing cash secured puts on Sofi is the order of business today. Put credit spreads, easy money there. GameStop, put credit spreads, cash secured puts. Earnings coming out Tuesday for the third quarter. The fourth quarter of GameStop is going to be unbelievable, but we won't get that till the end of February. But between now and the end of February, how high can GameStop go? Much higher. Sofi through 30, I think new highs. I think for Sofi before we get the fourth quarter financials at the end of January, I think we hit even new higher highs on Sofi. I'm just certain that's the case. Their profits are going to be record highs, and their next year's earnings have to be completely revised yet again because of the additional cash that they'll have at their disposal to just generate more revenue. This is a no-brainer. This is as easy as it gets. You don't have to own a single share of SoFi or GameStop to get paid on their performance. You can be an option writer here with very little capital. You do not need $100,000 to make money. You want to make 10, 20, 30% return on SoFi or GameStop? You can do 20, 30, 40% returns, I believe, with less than 10 grand. I think you can write the right set of contracts and bring in some very nice premiums. Write cash secured puts on SoFi. You want to write, say, 30s. You can write 3 of them. You need 9 grand to write 3 cash secured puts at $30 each. Go to January 27 and haul in some real nice money. I don't know where the problem is here. The upside is definitely there. And you don't have to own a single share of stock to bring in a lovely percentage return on your capital. I'm just taking a look right now if I can get my computer to wake up. It's, oh God, is it slow? It's ugly. Just waiting to see if I can load it up here. I'm going to take a look at Jan 2027 put contracts that closed last night. Of course, this is not this morning's market, but we'll see if this thing is even going to register. GameStop, by the way, just popped up a little bit. It's $23, just popped up to 23. January 2027 contracts, 2304, by the way, on GameStop, just went up another 4 cents. Go GameStop, go. Let's take a look here. Boy, is my computer not cooperating. Oh my God. This is awful. Here we go. Are we going to get here? Let me take a look. Oh, my goodness gracious. Here we are, January 2027, finally. Man, this is slow. Terribly, terribly, terribly slow and glitchy. Not good this morning. Not good at all. I've had to reload it. Here it comes again. Gosh. Sorry, folks. Okay. You want to write a $30 put contract on SoFi for January 2027. That's a 13-month contract. The 30 closed last night at $8. That was when the stock was at $29.60. Now the stock is $27.50 range. That means the 30 might be trading over $9 first thing this morning. You might be getting 9.5 for them. The possibility of $9.50 on those. That would be a 30+% return on your capital. You're putting up $3 grand to collect over $900 for a 2027 $30 put contract. Kids, I think that is not a bad return on your money for 13 months. You're not going to wait 13 months, though, to cash that in. I think if the shares want to run into the 31, 32, 33 level in January, February of 26, those $9 puts will be down to the 5 level very quickly, and you'll already be up 15% in like 60 days, 90 days. I have a feeling that you could be looking at some very healthy, lovely returns on your capital without having to do a whole lot of anything. Who did that? Someone made a donation here to PayPal. Thank you very much. And Richard, I got it. Thank you, Richard. And I'm assuming you're picking up a few lessons here. Send me an email, please. A follow-up email. Tell me which lessons you'd like, okay? We'll get you set up, my friend. Fantastic. Yes, the 30s closed at 8. The 32s closed at 9.68. The 35s closed at 11.28 last night. These will all be higher this morning because the stock is down 227 from its close last night. So I can see these contracts being $1.50 higher, conservatively, at least $1.50 higher, maybe 175 higher. So the 30s might be coming in at 950 to 975 each. So you put up $3 grand to collect $950 in premium, which means you're willing to pay $20.50 for SoFi between now and January 2027. I hope you all understand what the implications of that means. Last night, the 25s were trading at 543, again, for January 2027 expiry. Those 25s should probably be going for $6.50 to $7 this morning. And so you could think of writing those. If you can get $7 for those 25s, you're offering to buy SoFi at $18 a share until January 2027. I don't believe you're going to be exercised for that at all. I just don't see that happening. So I see what will happen is you'll be sitting on your $2,500 per $25 contract or $3,000 per $30 contract, plus the premium in your account. So you're going to be sitting there with $3,900 or $3,200 or $3,900 in cash for every contract you write that expires January 2027 because of the dip on SoFi this morning. That is what you're going to be sitting on. Those of you who can write these contracts in accounts where you're sitting on ETFs that have been generating you 3, 4, 5% a year, 8% a year, those of you who have had TFSAs in Canada that have been sitting on, I don't know, some dividend paying, whatever, whether you're sitting on margin accounts with $100,000 worth of ETFs in them, you could theoretically use margin to write these cash secured puts. I mean, you know, you got $100,000 of marginability. You write $60,000 worth of cash secured puts at $30 a share on SoFi. You're going to write 20 of these contracts, and if you can haul in $950 a pop, you're going to haul in $19,000 on your $100,000 of $60,000 of marginability. Not bad, getting about a third of your money. The interest they'll charge you won't eat you alive, so there's that. But if you're sitting on cash or you're sitting on an asset that's generating you a 3-4% dividend yield, and you get one every quarter, every 3 months, you get 0.75% interest or dividend on your money, $750 on $100,000 every 3 months. Why don't you just sell out of that position, use your $100,000, and write 40 cash secured puts at $25 each on SoFi and haul in $28,000. That's 28% on your money upfront right now in your account, and you'll earn interest on the $28,000 in the meantime. On top of that, I don't know how much easier I can make this. Again, you got to learn how to write options, and if you take the classes, you're going to step up and say, you know what, Uncle Bruce, these 20 and 25 and 30% returns, I want in. I want in on this kind of performance because I'm sick and tired of getting 3.5, 4% yields on these so-called high-flying stocks. They don't boost the dividends in any real way. As a matter of fact, as interest rates go down, dividends won't be boosted. So it's a dead-end street. Better off taking these premiums from these contracts. $150 a class. Grab them while you can. There you are. The man is saying GameStop, SoFi, BBAI are making my life much easier. Doug says, nice. The man, Uncle Bruce, I suggest you do some due diligence on BBAI. Might be a good stock for you to add to your money-making skills. Tim, thank you, Bruce. That made my day to have that answered about GameStop earnings. I agree 100%. Nowhere near accurately valued in the price yet. There you go. Tim, I'm on the same page as you are. Dude says, I like it when Alberto makes money. This is cool. D Swag says, and you also don't need to wait for expiration to release collateral on big upside volatility. Smart moves, Uncle Bruce. I love holding long-term cash secured puts of GameStop at 20 to secure my floor. There you go. S&P 500 rebalance announcement. SoFi, do you think it can happen? It could. There's been speculation on this. Dr. Dr. Geppetto, Uncle Bruce, I appreciate the videos. I'm a GameStop player. Started wheeling back in June. Did well selling cash secured puts, especially some out of the money puts. I timed at the bottoms and I was able to secure nice premiums. I did get assigned on many lots through October, and I've been trying to get them assigned as cover calls, but prices haven't been supportive. In the meantime, I'm getting a few dollars on my covered call premiums. And when do you take profit? Q is asking Quibbles. When do you take profit or roll your cash secured put leaps though? Again, this is subject to your kind of style. I have viewers out there who will say, Bruce, I'm going to write January 2027 cash secured puts way forward, 13 months. And I'm going to write at the money, slightly out of the money or in the money puts. And I'm going to make sure that the premium I get is worth more than the puts themselves. So, as an example, if I'm going to write a Sofi cash secured put and the stock is at 27.40 right now, if I'm going to write 30s, they're worth 260 a piece in book value at this moment. But if I can get 960 in cash for a $30 put, I'm getting $7 time premium money for 13 months of my time. Now, I could wait 13 months, take the 960 now, and fold my arms for 13 months. Just forget about it. Just it's I've written them, and that's that. I have $30,000. I wrote 10 cash secured puts, $30 puts. I brought in $9,600 cash. I now have $39,600 in my account, assuming I got $960 for each of those $30 puts, because the stock is down $2.25 this morning from last night's close. I think I can get $960. You think? I think. Great. You're on $39,600 cash. You can sit back and do nothing. You don't have to do a damn thing unless they get exercised on you, or the stock goes higher to say goes to $31, $32 in the next 3 or 4 months after the next earnings release on Sofi. You're going to be sitting there going, "Oh, I've written 10 cash secured puts at 30. The stock's at 32.50. They're worthless. They're out of the money. I wrote them when they were in the money, at 27.40. The stock is 32.50. They're out of the money." Those contracts will depreciate dramatically between now and 3-4 months from now. They will be down to $4.50 a piece. If the months keep going by and the stock is 32.50, 33 in that range, the shrinkage will be 50 cents a month on those contracts. That's $500 a month shrinkage to you. $50 a contract, 10 contracts, another $500 in shrinkage, another $500. You decide, hey, Bruce, I wrote them for $960. They're trading at $4. Why don't I buy them back at $4? Lock in the $5.60 profit. Turn right around now and write January 28 contracts at 35. The stock's at 32.50. Why don't I write $35 cash secured puts for Jan 28? I think I can get $10 for those. That is a $6 increase in cash, because you're going to give back to the market $4 to buy back your contracts that you sold for $960. And you're going to take the $4, give it to the market, and then take from the market $10.60 again or $10.50 again, adding $650 per share or $650 for every contract you write back in your hands. If you do 10 of them, just suppose, you're bringing another $6,500 into your account on top of the original money you brought in. In other words, you're growing, and compounding your growth. So, Q, the answer to your question can be, You take a couple of bucks and take a hike. You take 50% profit, you take a hike. You let them die worthless after 13 months and then just write another set of contracts. There is no one answer to that beautiful question. Looking good. RB, Bruce, you have 111 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. Henry Tran, Uncle Bruce, is ASTS scheduled to include in the S&P 500? I'm hearing rumors. They're not making money yet. I don't think they are qualified yet on an earnings basis, but there will be a time. Yeah, I love it. Dr. Geppetto, GameStop will post $1 billion in revenue on Tuesday. My number is 1.2 billion in revenue. Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. I hope I read that right. Henry, December 9th, I believe. That's right. The earnings come out Tuesday. Charlie, I have APLD, $30 Jan 16 cover calls written that I might have to roll up, hopefully for a nice credit. There you go, Charlie. If it works, it works. A frugality. I wonder what SoFi plans to buy. Clearly, they are raising money for an acquisition. Cindy, good morning, everybody. Welcome. RB, thanks for showing up on my screen, Bruce. You are the best, pal. You got it, buddy. Thank you all for joining in this morning from wherever you are. Say hi to me if you can. Tell me where you're watching me from. Thank you again for those of you making donations today, like Alberto. Unbelievable. Just beyond. Thank you for those of you grabbing the Black Friday deal. There's the deal right there. Or if you're watching me on the vertical, it's going across right up there. The Black Friday sale is on. It should be on until about the end of the week, next week, and then I'll be done. So, next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will sort of be the end of the Black Friday sale, which has given you all, 3 weeks to grab it. Invest in yourself, grab some classes, and let's go. Let's get you making some money. I want you guys making a ton of dough here in this market. This morning is such an opportunity here on SoFi. I cannot emphasize enough how easy it is this morning to write cash secured puts on SoFi, whether you're writing 25s, 27s, 28s, 30s, 32s, 35s. Good for a month, 3 months, 6 months, next till Jan 27. You want to write Jan 28s? You want to go that far? Okay, I don't think you need to do that, but oh my God, there are opportunities here galore. There are some percentage returns waiting for you to grab that they're just being handed to you on a silver platter. Cash is king in this world, and SoFi is going to be sitting on another 1.7 billion in cash. It's a done deal. It's already sold. It's all finished. It just has to be filed. The stock will then be released from the 27, 30, 50 range we're in right now, and we're gone, baby. We're gone. This is easy money. This is just easy money. I cannot emphasize more. Remember, again, for those of you who didn't join me or just joining me in the last little while, in 2022, 2023, SoFi shares were $8 a share. And we all were here praying that they'll break $10, that they'll get back to 10. Please get back to 10, because we had false alarms. We'd get up there and we backed off. We got up there, we backed off. This year, 2025, the high of the year, 32.73 has been the high of the year. That was 2 weeks ago? Just in the last 14, 16 days. This $1.72 billion deal is a done deal. It's oversubscribed. They are doing it at $27.50 a share, when at one time we were hoping and praying the stock would reach 10 when they were trading at 8. And they're doing their deal at $27.50. I don't know how much easier this is, how great this is. Unbelievable. Thank you, RB, for, again, your comment today. I decided to sleep in, says Binu. I was going to sleep in. I woke up to Canadian Santa. Sorry, I just jumped in. My plan is selling puts on SoFi. But do we think this is an S&P bound company? Watching from Chile, Massachusetts. Great discussion. Yeah, I've been saying for 2 years that this company is going to join the S&P 500. I just have not been able to predict when. I would love to have seen this join the S&P when they were at 18 to 20 billion valuation. That was a long time ago. I was hoping at 25 billion. I was hoping at 30 billion. I was hoping at 34 billion, 35 billion. We're now 35 to 40 billion valuation. Yeah, they're going to be in the S&P 500. They will join it. I'm just not telling you that it's today. Boy, would it be great if it was. But I'm not telling you to get into the SoFi because it's going to join the S&P 500. I'm telling you to look at SoFi because of the amount of money they're making. And if they can bring in 1.7 billion at 27.50 like that, you get into this deal. Cash secured put writing is easy peasy. Put credit spreads. My God, can you make money on put credit spreads? Check those option chains when they open up today and let me know how you do on those. We open in 5 minutes, kids, which means all hell is going to break loose here. Thank you for joining me, all of you, this morning to be here. I love the fact that you're here. Thank you again to Alberto. You are the man. I thank you so much for your support of this channel, making this $99 donation happen today. Give this man a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Also, earlier this morning, he made a $199 donation. Followed up with this $99 donation. Thank you so very much. And all of you out there who've made donations today, they're not on my screen anymore, so I can't refer to them, but thank you for the donations that have been made today on PayPal and on Super Chat. Thank you very much. Those of you grabbing the classes here, the Black Friday class of $150 a class, buy 1, buy 2, buy 7, buy 9, buy 15. Get the ones you need. Send me a private email. Tell me the class numbers you would like. Make your payment to paypal.com. Bruce Frommert, Traveling with Bruce. That's all down below in the description. It's all there. If you can't find it, just send me an email at brucefrommert@hotmail.com and just say, Uncle Bruce, I want to buy lessons. This. I want to send you X amount of dollars. Tell me the instructions for PayPal. I will send you an email back. And once you get the payment made, I will send you your links directly. And now you've got them in your email account and you're good to go. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Giddy up. All right. Bobby Atkinson questioning me here. Uncle Bruce, I know you don't do broker questions. However, Questrade in Canada got a bank charter. It has become Canada's first fintech bank. This is interesting stuff. There could be some really neat stuff happening here. Aurora, good morning to you. Thank you, Aurora. And Rolando, is it? Welcome, Rolanda. Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. We're about to open in 3 minutes. I don't know if Larry is still in the house, but he was here earlier. If Larry Titus can hit the bells when the time comes, I would love it. 2 minutes away. We're at 27.36 on SoFi in the pre-market with over 7.5 million traded already this morning. That's been very active. The company is issuing 63 million shares from Treasury for $1.7 billion, which will raise the book value of SoFi. SoFi's net actual book value is going up because of this deal, and the street doesn't really mention it. They're talking about dilution. They're totally missing the point, but that's okay. This gives you an opportunity perhaps to write some put credit spreads, grab some deep in the money contracts for 27.28 and write poor man cover calls on later on, and or write cash secured puts this morning. There's some opportunities here, and I want to hear all about it. Thank you, everybody. Are we buying the dip on SoFi? There have been people buying all morning the dip on SoFi. Notel sub and like the homeless Canadian. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Thank you for answering my poll question today. It is very, very much appreciated. The poll question now has 349 results at 74% of you saying yes, SoFi will break 30 by the end of the year. On my that's on my landscape show, and on my other show, my vertical here, We've got 153 answers to the poll question. So we're pushing a pretty high number of poll results here. 153 plus 340, that's 500 people have answered my poll question. Thank you all. And if you can find the thumbs up button, thank you again for that. Grab some classes today. Get your hands on those. And there's 19 lessons. A list of the lessons is down below. Can't miss it. Go to my website if you want to buy them there directly. They're $200 over there. I'll give you a $50 credit on future purchases. No problem. We'll take care of you. Thank you, everybody. We're open, and the man has done it yet again. Thank you, Larry, for nailing the thumbs up, the bells this morning. Thank you, Larry Titus. As always, we're open for trading. Let's see what the market wants to do. There will be some glitchy moves, so get ready for that. As normal, those of you who've been here a while, you know the first 5-10 minutes will be stupid, and then we'll see what happens once we settle down. Okay, Lisa says you can buy SoFi Leaps 2027, 2020, 2028. Scott, is this thing a buy? Weber, good morning all. Dude says we're open. And Mikey, we're open, boys. A lurking angler fisher. Neat. That's right. Don't forget the knee emojis. For the Knights of Knee, there we go. Bagel Babe, I found the thumbs up button. Thank you very much for that. I'm rusty, but I did it. Thank you for the thumbs ups. And one, neat. That's right. 22.93 on GameStop, I think is where we're at. 22.88. We're jumping around. SoFi 27.38 down 222. The volume on SoFi 11.2 million. I think we were over 8 million in the pre-market, I believe. It's been very active. Now the question is, where will SoFi end up on the day and next week as this deal closes and gets filed and gets registered and as the checks are cashed and all this stuff? $23 on GameStop. Looks like it's trying to recover and go higher. AI 15.18 down 14 cents. Rocket Lab down 61 cents. Palantir up 92 cents. ASTS down $1.05 at 71.60. Microsoft is up $2. Apple's up 12 cents. Nvidia up $1. Google up $3. Tesla up $1. Amazon up 158. Meta up 560. So we got some gains there. The Dow appears to be green. Let me refresh my screen. I think we're up 85 points on the Dow. We'll double and triple check that. 101 now on the Dow. We're climbing on the Dow. We're up 19 on S&P, make it 20, and NASDAQ is up 108. I believe we are very close to all-time record highs on some of these indexes. The 52-week high for the Dow, 48,400. We're at 47,900. So we're only 500 points away from a record high on the Dow. That's a nothing burger. 500 points on the Dow, nothing burger. NASDAQ, 52-week high, 24,019. We're at 23,600. We're 400 away on NASDAQ, a nothing burger as well. So markets are doing well overall. SoFi at 27.35 right now. GameStop at 22.88 to 94 at the moment as we start the day. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And where are we going? RB, how do you move this thing when you travel on the road? Do you pack it up in your suitcase? How do you do it? James on the Misty Tree. Neat. Bama Babe, let's go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome all to the program from wherever you are on the planet. Thank you for joining me. I think it's a great day for SoFi. Take the money. 1.7 billion. Take the money. 27.50 a share. Thank you, Mr. Noto. Job well done. I love it. If you want to raise another 2 billion at 35, you have my blessing. You want to raise another 3 billion at 40, you want to raise 4 billion at 45, you want to raise 6 billion more at 60, do it. Knock yourself out. Raise the book value of SoFi for every single shareholder. Put the cash in that treasury, run that loan portfolio, and make everybody rich. Because this channel has benefited. The viewers of this channel have benefited mightily from Mr. Noto's activities since 2020-21. Beautifully done, sir. Keep up the great work over at Sofi. GameStop, undervalued, unbelievably undervalued at $22.93. This is hilarious. This won't last long. GameStop will not be down here much longer. I'm actually wondering, when will it be a takeover target, because there is no one shareholder with 40% of the stock. I'm just sitting here going, who's going to take a run at GameStop? 9 point something billion in the bank. A warrants offering at 32, which will be exercised because the stock will go beyond that. This thing is a takeover target up to $40-45 a share. I can't understand how a hedge fund out there wouldn't take a run at GameStop and try to acquire 20% of the company. That's 90 million shares. Buy a measly 100 million shares at $3 billion, and you now control 9 billion. This is a no-brainer to me. This is an absolute no-brainer. This stock is so underpriced, it's ridiculous. GameStop is cheap. It should be double what it is right now. But that's just, I'm just a guy in front of a computer giving you an opinion. You have to decide for yourself. Hey, my conservative target of $100 profit per day has already hit from buying back my Sofi April $41 covered calls. Giddy up. Well done, Lisa. Keep making the bucks. $22.92 on GameStop and $27.12 on Sofi. This is such an opportunity to write cash secured puts on Sofi. I cannot emphasize enough the opportunity that awaits any of you. You want to write 25s all the way to 35s for Jan 27. Talk about a conservative trade. Lucrative cash secured put trades on Sofi. My goodness. Just a guy doing what I can. Dude, Smart Rent also had a number of board members announce large purchases of shares. So confidence in their company is good. Maybe one to buy the dip on. It's pretty cheap. It was a darling SPAC at one time. There you go. I love GameStop. It also adds diversity to my portfolio. There you go. It's trading at barely its cash value. GameStop is trading at just its cash value. The fact that it makes money in their stores, additional. Gets interest on that money, that's additional. This thing is underpriced. What can I tell you? Bobby, yep, BIL rent, it came in today as well. Get paid interest every month on my BILs. There you go, buddy. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Keep it going. GameStop, $22.89. SoFi, $27.08. The volume on SoFi this morning, 19.6 million. This price down here will not last very long. GameStop's volume is only 187,000 shares. 450 million outstanding. It is barely trading. Unbelievable. How ignored is this stock? What can I tell you? But when the street figures it out, and they will figure it out, but it'll be much too late. The train will have left the station on GameStop. The street will jump all over GameStop at $35 to $50 a share. They'll be all over it. You will have been laughing already at $22.87. I cannot tell you. What can I tell you? Bobby, I'm trying a put spread right now. I'm trying to do a put spread here. $22 to $25 on SoFi until Jan 26. I'm looking for 82 cents on this. So this is a $3 spread. So it's a $300 commitment to bring in $82. And that's almost 30%, which is unbelievable. Unbelievably huge to pull this one off. But if you can score it, unreal, man. That is a huge, what is it, 5-week trade, 6-week trade? Nice. That's making almost 30% in 5-6 weeks. That's called easy money, in my opinion. Take a look at the option spreads. Put credit spreads on SoFi. If you've taken my lessons and you're grabbing my lessons, you're going to learn how to do this, and you're going to get positions like this from time to time where you're just going to steal ridiculous percentage returns in 30, 60, 90 days. And you're just going to go, I can't believe no one else does this. I don't understand. Why don't they do this? It's because they don't want to learn how to be the casino. They want to be the gambler on the floor. There are people who only want to pull the handle on a slot machine. They don't want to own the slot machine. If you're becoming an option writer, you're going to own the slot machine. You are going to make the money from the saps. Bobby, I say take the money from the idiots. I love it. Love it. $26.95 on SoFi. Bobby, you might get that trade done after all. Beautiful stuff. $27.08 now on SoFi. It's jumping around. It's going to jump like crazy here for the first hour. But mark my words, the minute that deal is closed off and filed and finished for $1.7 billion at $27.50, this stock goes back to 30 plus. Watch and learn. Don't cry to me if you miss it. Don't cry to me if you miss it. You had your chance on the Black Friday sale to grab the lessons, to learn how to do this. Now you've got the stock price to do it. Giddy up. 10 people are pulling the handle on my slot machine, says Bobby. Please. It's been executed. I got it done. Well done, Bobby. Beautiful. Now you get to do what Robert De Niro does in Casino. You just fold your arms and watch the action on the floor with Don Rickles as your manager and enjoy the upside. Well done, Bobby. And anyone else out there, if you're doing any of these spreads or cash secured put trades, let me know. Are you getting a good fill on your cash secured puts this morning on SoFi? Are you able to take advantage of it? I sure hope you are. I love it. This trade Bobby talked about, $300. If you're doing 10 of these, it's only a $3,000 trade. You put up $3,000 to bring in 820. That's pretty good. Count blueberries in the muffins. That's right, Bobby. You start counting the blueberries in the muffins and make sure they're even, because you don't want them just at the top or just at the bottom. That's right, Bobby. But watch it when you start your car. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the program, pal. Be the owner and make the money from the saps. Look at the Dow's up 144 points. Stocks should be all straight up right now. We're up 11 on S&P. We're up 37 on NASDAQ. The VIX is at 1589. Oil sitting at 59.76. We've got the Q's up 196. We have SoFi at 27.22. GameStop at 22.78. Opportunity knocks. AI down 3 cents, coming back. Rocket Lab down 81 cents. Palantir down just 13 cents. ASTS down 91 cents. Microsoft down 27 cents. Apple down 63 cents. These stocks want to go up. They want to go higher. They're not backing off very much here. That gives you a hint. When you see these huge market cap stocks only down pennies, they're going higher. That's what this market is going to do. Kids, you're going to make money. Sharon, hello, Bruce and Jen. Welcome, Sharon, from Central New Jersey. Thank you for joining me this morning. Say hi to your man, the author himself. Welcome all to the program today. Great to have you with us this morning. Giddy up, kids. Man, oh man, we're looking at good times. Richard Carlin, have you seen Smart Rent this morning? It's over $2 a share. It's a 52-week high for good old Smart Rent. Way to go, Smart Rent. I know there are viewers here who were here in 2021 who were following this stock. Many have left the company a long time ago. Some of you are nibbling it back. There's upside in Smart Rent. That's good stuff. I've always loved that stock. Anyway, it is what it is. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me today from wherever you are watching me from. We've been open now for 13 minutes. We got the Dow up 178, S&P up 14 points, NASDAQ now up 44. We're moving higher. Giddy up. And we're showing SoFi at 27.42, coming back from that 26.90 print. And GameStop now 22.84, down just 14 cents. That's all it is. There ain't no downside on GameStop. This is trading at cash. What can I say? Alrighty. Let's see what's going on. The man says, oopsies, I accidentally rolled a BBAI puts from December 19, $5 strike to January 16th, $6 strike for a 45-cent credit. Thank you. I'll be back in 4 weeks. And away we go again. Lori is here. Hello, everyone from Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. How you doing? Good to see you today. Jen is using your coffee cups every day. She's using those coffee cups you gave us in New York every day. Beautiful. Thank you all for joining me, and welcome to the program, pal. Say hi to me from wherever you're watching me from. It's great to have you here. Love it. Giddy up. Rocket Lab down just 42 cents. Palantir just went green. It's up 68 and climbing. Microsoft down 16 cents. Wants to go higher. Giddy up. Google's up 360. Tesla's up 130. Amazon up $1.50. Meta up 346. Netflix going to take over Paramount, down 83 cents at 102.39. Broadcom up $7.60. IBM at 309, up 120. HIMS up 14 cents. MSTR down 490. Supermicro down 29 cents. It wants to go up. Intel is up 147 to 41.96. What a year Intel has had. It's been a very eventful year. SmartRent 207. Make it 208 now, up 21 cents. Giddy up. There you go. Here we go, Charlie. I did something similar here. Bobby, I just wrote and got executed on a January 16 put credit spread on Sofi, 23.25. That's a $2 spread. Got paid 55 cents. That is a 27.5% return on capital for this $2 trade. If you do 10 of them, you're bringing in $550. You're doing 30 of them, you're bringing in $1,650. $200 per spread, 55-cent premium for a Jan 16 expiry, 5-week, 6-week expiry. This is a great little trade. The stock on SoFi right now sitting at on SoFi 27.53, and Charlie is sitting on 23.25 put credit spread. So you're out of the money, behind the stock. Nice trade. And there you go. Jimmy says, just keep reading from your screen and acting like you know what you're talking about. Okay, thank you, Jimmy, for your tremendous advice. That's wonderful. Jimmy, find a different way to make a living, scumbag. Thank you, Jimmy, very much for your kind message and words of support. I'm sure everyone here appreciates your kindness and your phenomenal insight as to what's going on out in the incredible world in which you live. Hey, so if I put strike 25, December 26, 578, got cash secured put, premium 578 for December 26 for a $25 contract. That's an out of the money contract, the put contract, out of the money by $2.40. He's all premium, 578 on a $2,500 contract. Not a bad return. Although Jimmy, I'm sure, will have his opinion, on what you did there. Again, thank you, Jimmy, so much for being a part of our wonderful family here. I sure hope you're making a lot of money out there. God bless you, and just keep on, just keep on keeping on. There you go. Bagel Babe, love you, Uncle Bruce. You are the best. Hey there, Lorraine from Notel. Yikes, poor Jimmy was an AMC bag holder. There you go. Giddy up. Uncle Bruce, you're such a scumbag. You made me all this money. How dare you do this to me? Giddy up. Tortuga, hey, I wrote some cash secured puts on SoFi for some Xmas cheer. Well done. And Lorraine, I miss you guys. You're my friends. There you go. Welcome all to the program. Those of you who are here, those of you making money, welcome. Those of you who are haters, keep on hating. Just get out there. 2 billion people out there on YouTube. 212 people are here, and I think a bunch of you are making dough, and I love it. Anyway, there you go. I still got my 300 shares of AMC, says the man. Cost base is 340. I'm just writing cover calls every month for beer money every month. Yeah, well, there you go. Dude, Lorraine, welcome to the program. Great to have you here. Fantastic. The Dow is up 165. S&P is up about 19. And NASDAQ up 67 points so far. We're at 22.77 on GameStop, down 18 cents. And Sofi, 27.27 first thing this morning. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me, haters and everyone else. What can I say? It is what it is. Lorraine is saying hi, everybody. Welcome all. There it is. RB, Bruce is the best, Jimmy. We all love him. Sorry, Jimmy. I got more lovers than haters. What can I tell you? It is what it is. Thanks again, by the way. For those of you who've been answering the poll question, 372 have answered the poll question on my landscape channel here. 73% say yes, Bruce. Sofi will be over $30 before the end of the year, in my opinion. 161 of you on the vertical format have answered the poll question. 75% of you think yes, definitely. The stock will be over $30 a share between now and the end of the year. That's 26 days from now. Giddy up. Bagel Babe says to Jimmy, Jim Cramer's show is on another channel. You're on the wrong channel. Keep on loving, says RB. Thank you. Here we go. Look at this trade. Trip Hazard. Hey, I just wrote 75 SoFi put credit spreads, 23.25. So it's a $2 spread for Jan 16 expiry. They gave me 54 cents in credit. That is huge. 27% return for 75 contracts. That's a $15,000 trade. $15,000 of capital needed to write a $2 spread. And he just got $54 times 75 times. So 27% on $15,000, 4,000 something. Nice little trade there. Not bad. Alluring ALA. Uncle Bruce, can we get some story time? What were things like in your old stock days around Christmas? Rain, there is no place for hate. You would not be a winner. Dude, Jimmy must have bought that Lada from you back in the day. He must have bought the Lada that you had. RB, Jimmy, I'm sending love to you, you poor bastard. Bagel Babe, oh yes, an Uncle Bruce Christmas story. Please tell us an Uncle Bruce Christmas story. Oh my God. I'll tell you one story. Back in the day, usually in the first 10 days of December, we would have our company would have a Christmas party. And I remember the days, this is before I became manager of the firm I was with. I was just a broker. And we were invited by our manager for a company Christmas party. And it was, I don't know, it was a Wednesday night, a Thursday night. I don't think it was a Friday night. It would have been wise to have it a Friday night. But in any event, we ended up with a Christmas party. And we ended up having the Christmas party at one of the most prestigious places in Calgary at that time. This would be, I'm going back now in time. This would be about 1982, maybe 83. So how 43 years ago? 43 years ago. I was, oh my God, how old was I? I was 27, and I was a stockbroker. And the firm, there were maybe 15 of us, maybe 20, I guess, with spouses, 20, maybe 22 to 25 people. I was thinking there was like 12 people in the firm in our branch. So maybe 25 of us showed up. We ended up at the Petroleum Club here in Calgary. We call it the Pete Club. The Petroleum Club is a club that's been around since the 1950s. All the oil guys needed a hangout. to call their own. They had their own bar. They had their own restaurant. They had a daily lunch buffet. You could have breakfast at the Pete Club. You could come for dinner at the Pete Club. You'd pay membership dues, and you just charged your drink to your account. You could buy someone else a drink if you wanted. And over the years, in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, if you were any kind of a business person in this town and you did business with any oil company, whether you were an oil company, whether you were a legal firm that did law practice for oil companies, you were bankers in town, you were part of the banking community, you were part of the brokerage community, you became a member of the Pete Club. And you hung out with the petroleum boys and you got a piece of business. And so our firm, the manager for our firm was a member of the Pete Club. And unfortunately, he was at the Pete Club more often than at the office some days. This is going back 40 plus years. I believe that my manager at that time is no longer with us because of age. When I was with him and he was managing me and the firm, he would have been in his mid 50s. This would put him in his late 90s. I don't think he's alive anymore. So I don't think I'm, and I'm not insulting him. I'm just saying, hey, it was a matter of fact, he spent a lot of time at the Pete Club. And he had clients there, brokerage clients, and he built a following. In any event, he decided we're going to have our company Christmas party at the Pete Club. One and only time we ever did it at the Pete Club. And Jen and I fondly remember this night, this evening, because the booze was flowing. You could order whatever you wanted. It was on the house account at the Pete Club. And the ramen cokes and the Ryan cokes and the vodka and orange juices and the beers and the wine, it flowed and people were getting loaded. I had stopped drinking by this time. I think I was drinking Diet Coke only, although it's possible I may have had one or two Ryan cokes, which was my preferred drink at that time, but I did not get hammered because I knew you do not get drunk at corporate events. However, we did have a number of staff members who were letting it happen. And our manager was free flowing with his drinks. And the more drunk he got, the looser his tongue started to get. And so I wanted to stay sober to remember it all. Jen and I really behaved ourselves. Jen too, she wasn't getting liquored up because she wanted to remember what was said by whom as the evening went on, because we knew there were some friction points within the organization that eventually would let go, and we'll just see what happens. And so that was one thing that began to happen. Now, the food was great. They had a band playing. We were in the main dining room. We only took up one section of the dining room. The rest of the dining room was made up of Pete Club members who were drinking and partying as well. And there were probably other corporate events going on in this room. We didn't have our own room or anything like that. It was a wonderful time until there came a point in time where there was a young woman who worked for us. She was one of our floor trader assistants, and there was a young gentleman who was one of our brokers, I believe. And they were sitting beside each other, and they were holding hands under the table a little bit and getting a little more amorous with each other. And it got to the point where it was now about 11 at night, 11:30 in the evening, and some of the staff had gone home already, especially the couples in their 40s and 50s. Not my manager, though. And these two were beginning to explore ways to exchange bodily fluids by kissing each other at the table. But it wasn't like a little peck on the cheek. It was getting a little warmer than that. And they began to forget where they were and their surroundings. And my manager kind of noticed he's across the table from, we had this long table, and he was across the table a few down. And he sort of noticed out of the corner of his eye, oh, look at these two going at it. And the rest of us were kind of going, oh, this is interesting. No one had yet come to them and said, hey, cool it off. But the manager decided that as the manager, he has to step in to, break it up. But rather than get up and put his napkin on the table and walk around and tap them on the shoulder, he thought the direct method, the direct approach would be the way to go. And he basically took a big pitcher of water, cold ice water, stood up and dumped it over the two of them so that they were drenched from head to toe with this cold water. And he looked at him and said, cut it out. Get a room. And that woke the two of them up very abruptly. And they realized what they had been doing, where they had been doing it, and in front of whom they were doing it. And it now dawned on them that, gee, I guess tomorrow at the office, it could be somewhat uncomfortable for us doing this particular activity in such a public way. Jen still fondly remembers that evening with great fondness. What can I say? It was one of those things where things got out of hand. And then, of course, we had the brag, the ones who were bragging about how great they were, and we had others complaining about others. Typical office nonsense. But unfortunately, because it was an open bar and you could drink what you wanted, as much as you wanted, there were those who were getting their pound of flesh out of the company to order and order and order another round, and another round. And it got ugly fast. Jen and I left shortly after that. We thought, we don't need to be part of this. And we've seen more than our fair share of entertainment for the evening. And so we packed it in. The next day, when we did return to the office, Jen and I were without a headache, no hangover. But, there were a few people missing the next day. And some who did come in didn't last much during the day at all. They lasted an hour or two, and then they went home to pack it in. But just one of those little Christmas dimes. What can I say? I respect the power of neat, says Mandu. Let's see. Christmas party people sitting on the photocopy machine. A Christmas love story, says Bagel Babe. Condor carols. There you go. What can I say? It was what it was. I was manager for a couple of Christmases. I was the manager of the firm, and I would strategically pick a restaurant that we could go to where we would have our own room. And what was said in the room stayed in the room, generally speaking, but we controlled the bar. We would offer wine and beer with dinner, and if you wanted drinks, you bought your own. And this greatly improved the performance of the staff the next day. It limited incidents dramatically. There was no dancing involved. It was strictly a dinner and a couple of speeches and a couple of thank yous. And if there were any Christmas bonuses, they would be handed out in envelopes in a discreet way. And it will be a lot of thank yous. And it would be an early evening. The entire event would start at 7 and would be over by 10. And these were boring compared to the prior year at the Pete Club. Totally boring, but much more controlled. And no one had to be talked to in a private manner the next day about their egregious behavior. And so there was a lot of reputations kept intact But it wasn't quite as much fun. But what can I say? What can I say? Who has a Christmas party and everyone go to work the next day? Yeah, well, markets are open. What can I say? Vader, who beard is getting longer than the hair. I dig it, man. And Jenny knows what she's doing. Can I say? And Jennifer wants, Auntie Jen wants me to grow the beard, so I'm just following orders. But I have a feeling that a visit to the barber is in order very shortly to clean it up, trim it up, and clean it up. But we'll see about all that. In the meantime, I just want you guys to get rich and make a bunch of money. Thank you all for joining me today. Glad to have you here. We're up 260 on the Dow. The improvement continues. The up move, 31 on S&P, 122 gain on NASDAQ. Thank you all for joining in. Sofi at 27.54. We're over the 27.50 mark. That's important. We've traded over 42 million shares today on SoFi. That deal at 27.50 is a bought deal. AI is at 15.20, down 12. GameStop 22.74, down about 20 cents on very, very little volume. GameStop volume is showing 720,000 shares. Nothing to worry about there. Giddy up. Here we go. Jesus was a liberty hippie. Interesting comment. Company sent all the managers and assistant managers to Disney for a week. Let's just say many marriages began and ended as a result. I don't know. I just don't know. In our case, being stockbrokers, if the market was open tomorrow morning, we had to be there. We had to be there. We had clients to look after. We could not miss sessions. But if we had the party on a Friday night, well, you could let yourself go. But now you know what kind of a party you're going to have. If you have a stock brokerage firm with a Friday night party, a corporate party, they're going to get blitzed. They're going to get hammered, and there are going to be conflicts. Words will be spoken, and I dreaded Christmas parties as a manager. I did not enjoy them. It was a function I had to handle, but I honestly let a lot of that be handled by my assistant manager, who really controlled things. I'll tell you, I didn't enjoy it very much. Anyway, there it is. Angelica is asking, when can we see the reshuffle for the S&P 500? Is there an official time of the release? It might be after the bell today. It might be tonight sometime. But I don't know if it's 15 minutes after the bell. It might be hours after the bell. So we'll just have to keep an eye on the news releases and see what's said, if anything. Any good plays today? Yes, there sure are. SoFi cash secured put writing has been a great idea all morning. GameStop cash secured put writing has been a great idea. Also, credit spreads on both of those. Definitely a good idea. Rookie fantasy. Hey, Bruce, I bought SoFi years ago when it was $6 after seeing your videos. And now I'm seeing the rewards. Thank you. Right on, Rookie. Giddy up, buddy. Bino, we had a dry Christmas party, and the bar staff outside the room we rented was specifically told not to serve us. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Insane. I once took the gang, I once offered the office a Friday night, I think it was a Friday night event at our at Stampede, on our Stampede grounds. We used to have harness racing at the Stampede grounds. We have a 5/8 mile track there, and we used to have harness racing. This is in the 80s, and we ended up with a summer evening. It might have been a Friday night, I don't know. It might have been a Wednesday night, but one of my brokers was a real horse aficionado. He knew the jockeys, he knew owners, he had inside info. He knew what was going on on training days. He knew what was happening in the barns, and so he suggested, "Hey, we should have a racing night. Why don't everybody come out for a racing night?" And so I thought that was a great idea. So we rented, we reserved um, uh, uh, viewing tables in the clubhouse. So we were in the higher end of town, and everybody got a clubhouse pass. And we must have had 30 of us come out, and we had a blast. They had a really good time. We're all betting on these horses, $2, $4, $6, $10, whatever. That was a good time. That was a good time. Gil, as expected, SoFi stock being accumulated here. I expect 28 and a half by the end of the day today. There you go, my friend. Let's see how this plays out. 22.68 on GameStop. A SoFi 27.69. SoFi's moving up. This is the high of the session. The low was 26.94. We're at 27.69, going up again on 46.5 million. So SoFi improving, and it is trading at a higher price than the entire $1.7 billion offering at 27.50. That tells you it got it. You getting it? Is it clicking with you guys? Looking good. Uncle Bruce, what are thoughts on a 1 week 25-27 put spread on SoFi? 50-cent credit. I love it. I love that trade. I love the trade. 1 week, 2 week, 4 week. Love the trade. Gil, I sold more $32 January 26 puts. 2026 expiry. I sold $32. Well done, sir. The higher the stock goes, the lower the puts get. We're at 27.71, 27.72 on SoFi. We bumped again a little higher on SoFi, down 189 still, but 27.75 has been the high of the session now. 48 million trading above the 27.50 offering price. That deal is oversubscribed. That deal is sold out. That is for top clients only. If you want in on this, you got to get on your own. Put credit spreads and cash secured puts, absolutely the way to go with this SoFi trade, in my opinion. This won't take long, in my humble opinion, but it's my opinion. You decide for yourself whether this works for you. Thank you again for grabbing these classes. Black Friday sale is on. It'll be on until next weekend, and then it's all over for the year. So grab those if you can. You have any questions, send me a private email. We'll straighten you out. We'll get you set up. All right, I'm going to pack it in. I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to say thank you for joining me. I've been on the air 2 hours, 40 minutes. I need a break. Thank you again for participating on today's show. Thank you for answering the poll question today. Thank you for the thumbs ups. And those of you who made donations today to the channel, super chats, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, all of you. Those of you who do donations to us through private PayPal donations, you're unbelievable. Thank you. Get rich, please. Make a ton of money writing options. Grab your classes with the Black Friday sale. Take advantage of these prices. Excuse me. They're offering you opportunities to make money. Thank you, Gil. Mandu5, thank you. Charlie, thanks for the time, Uncle Bruce. Have a good day and great day, everybody. KJ, love this. Love yourselves. Have a great Friday. James, the Mystery Tree, thanks. And good day, Mandu number 5. Have a great day, everybody. Have a good time all. Thank you. So good to find you today, says TY. Gil, guys, put a like on at the very least for this guy. Thank you. If you can, hit the thumbs up button. It's much appreciated. The thumbs up meter, 408 on the landscape broadcast, and on the vertical broadcast, 167 answers to the poll question. So we got over 570 answers to the poll question. 75% of you believe, like I do, SoFi is going to break 30 before the year's out, and that's 26 days or less. We're moving up. Thank you all for helping out today with that, and the thumbs ups, and donations, and grabbing classes. Congratulations to class buyers. you are taking it seriously. You do want to make money in this market. You are going to make money in this market. In my humble opinion, if you're going to become an option writer, you're real. You're going for the real deal. And I cannot thank you enough, and cannot congratulate you enough for making the move to becoming a writer. Become a casino rather than a sap. Try to guess what direction this market's going to go. Become the writer and just score, baby. Score this deal. Again, thank you all so very, very, very much. 2270 on GameStop. A Sofi 2755. We're working it. Giddy up. We'll be watching it all day today, and we'll watch it all next week as well. Thank you again to all of you who've taken the time to join me today without any announcement. Thank you all for being here for this show. I've been trying to wait for a thumbs up update on my channel. I can't get it. My computer is so slow. It's taking 3 minutes to get a refresh just to see how many thumbs ups I have. I have no idea how many thumbs ups I've got. If any of you see them, please post it and just tell me how many thumbs ups have we got today. I have no idea how many we're getting. TY, thank you. At least somebody finally has some great content from Canada. Murray from Tokyo. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you, Murray. There's a chance Jen and I might be in Tokyo together in January and or March. We'll keep you posted. We might be in Tokyo. We'll see. TY, you've got 147 thumbs ups. And BR 140 plus, Bagel Babe 166 plus thumbs ups. Thank you all for letting me know. I have no idea how many thumbs ups. My computer won't refresh fast enough. It's super slow. So I'm in the dock here. What can I say? All right, everybody. We'll keep you posted on our travel plans, but Tokyo might be in the future, a very near future for Jen and I. We'll see how that plays out. So is Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, and Bali. We may be in all of those places between January and March. The trip is being cobblestoned together. We'll let you know when we know and see what happens. Thank you, Larry, for the update on the thumbs up meter. 167 now. Very, very kind of you to let us in on that. Again, thank you. 2764 on Sofi. And Bagel Babe, Jimmy, I swear to God, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I'm coming to get you. Thank you, Jimmy, for your comments, I suppose. What can I say? We're down 27 on GameStop. We're down 195 on Sofi at 2768 on GameStop now, and 2268 GameStop, 2768 on Sofi. As the quotes keep running through here. Walter Young, thank you, buddy, for the thumbs up. 169. Thank you, Walter. All the best to you and your family. Thank you all for joining me from everywhere. Rocket Lab is up. The Dow's up. Q's are up. NASDAQ's up. Giddy up, okay? TW, I'm trying to sell a $27 cash secured put that expires today. I don't know if you have any luck with that. What can I tell you? BR, I told you we need an Uncle Bruce travel calendar, not a pinup calendar. Giddy up, buddy. There you go. All right, kids, I'm out of here. Going to hang out with Auntie Jen now. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this fine day. Have a wonderful weekend coming up. Get richer today. Get richer next week. And we'll keep you posted on how things are going. Thank you again, everyone. Bye.